Inspiration in perspective.
Express yourself. Good morning, my neighbor.
Citi FM, your station.
It's a refreshing lifestyle.
Citi FM, 97.3.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
I will lift up mine eyes to the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord which made heaven and earth.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Not suffer thy foot to be moved. The Lord which keepeth thee, he will not slumber nor sleep. Oh, the Lord is thy keeper, the Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand, upon thy right hand. No, the sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. He shall preserve thy soul, even forevermore.
Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation.
All of my help cometh from the
Keep going, help is coming. Keep writing, help is coming. Keep speaking up, help is coming. Keep singing, help is coming. Keep teaching, help is coming. Keep doing right, help is coming. Even when it doesn't seem to pay, help is coming. Don't stop doing good. Don't stop being good. Don't stop righting wrong. Help is coming. 26 after 6, Thursday morning, 13th February in the year of our Lord 2025. Good morning to you. Welcome to our favorite dial, 97.3 Citi FM. We call this the Citi Breakfast Show. I am Caleb Kuda. Brooklyn Tabernacle Choir starting us off. Great tunes, inspiring morning. My help, all of my help cometh from the Lord. Where does your help come from? This particular one, this song is called from Psalm 121, Psalm 121, in fact from Psalm 120 to Psalm 134. All these are called songs of accents. Basically, thrice every year the Israelites will climb up Jerusalem. Jerusalem is said to be a city on a mountain about 2,500 feet above sea level. And so these are all songs that they sang while they were climbing up Jerusalem. And they say, I lift up my eyes to the mountains. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. I love this. He says, He will not let your foot slip. He who watches over you will not slumber. Indeed, He who watches over Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. My favorite part says, the Lord will watch over your coming and going, both now and forevermore. But the question is, if He will not let your foot slip, where are you going? Which hill are you climbing? Which problems are you finding solutions to? A foot that must not slip must not be asleep. You must be working to get help. You don't have a right to call for help when you're not doing anything. Only those who are up to something need help. So I say help is coming, but what are you doing? There's so much to be done. We need to fight poverty. We need to fight ignorance. We need to fight corruption. We need to fight hunger. Our nation needs help. So much more needs to be done. What are you doing to help build this nation for which you need help? We're here as your development partner. We use radio to help frame the right questions, have the right conversation, and build a nation, build a land of our birth. So help is coming. But what do you need help for? That's the question for the morning. Well, join us. It's an interactive show. 0549 986 996. We'll bring you the newspaper review shortly. Brought to you by Piva and Total Excellium. Oh, I need help. Join us, make this show a success. Newspaper reviews brought to you by Piva Beverages and Total Excellium. Have you been Pivarized already? Are you looking for a best of flavor in every sip? Discover the refreshing taste of Piva Beverages. We have the classic Piva Cola flavor, exotic Piva cocktail fruit drink. Sweet and juicy treat is what you get when you grab the grapefruit drink, Piva Tangy fruit drink. It's refreshing, best with tangerine flavor, Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangy. Grab yours today. Available at your local store. 0550-032231 is the number to call for bulk purchases. Piva Beverages, a taste you will love. Now, have you heard about the incredible benefits of Excellium from Total Energies? It's an amazing 3-in-1 power, additive and rich fuel with its powerful 3-in-1 action. Cleans your engine, extends its life, lowers your fuel consumption, reduces CO2 emissions. Powers by Total Excellium. Refuel and drive Experience the difference with Total Energies Excellium new formula. Choose Excellium, choose quality. Jumping into the news review shortly.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? Discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure? Try our delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with recognized citrus flavor. Craving something exotic? Our Piva cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. For a sweet and juicy treat, grab our grapefruit drink and don't miss out on the refreshing Piva tangerine fruit drink, bursting with tangerine flavor. Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangy. Grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Call us on 055-00-322-31. Piva, a taste you love. This advert is FDA approved.
P for Piva.
Oh, jump on now. Go, the go. Google me. At what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I don't change my car. It be the same right. It be the fuel where I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Cause now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mindset be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. One pair way now open there. Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel? Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you. Hey, then make a finish my go be fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my go be inside? I give you info. Make a feel the go be too small. Go, the go. Joe Pana. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
And the spirit of life calling. And a voice with the fear of a child answer. I owe my love. Wait. There's no mountain too great.
Jumping into the news review.
Hear these words and have.
Special good morning, Bernardino Koku Ave.
Good morning,
Good morning, sir.
I was enjoying the song and then
Yeah.
you started talking.
Oh,
I love this song.
sorry.
It's a beautiful song.
I'm sorry.
Let the song do its work.
I won't do again.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry.
Let the song do the work of God.
Brother Kuku. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Caleb. Good to have you. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
Yes, we always have to switch sides sometimes.
Absolutely.
Busy day.
Oh, man.
Started the night before.
My goodness.
With the raid.
So much
press
happening.
Conference. And then a lot of interviews.
True.
Another press conference.
Yeah.
More interviews.
Yeah.
And we're back on the grind.
Yeah.
When will we have some peace?
I don't know.
I think, Charlie, they should form the government quickly so that we can all go and sleep.
Quick, because we're waiting after the election. We rest more, then there's the
Now
vetting.
transition, now independence, now
My
heritage
goodness.
month.
Oh
Charlie,
my
you'll be
goodness.
pushing the thing and before you realize 2010.
I'm telling no, but the former defense minister said they are using military to chase him.
It's not easy. It's all kinds of things are going on. Now,
Let's
the
take
Daily
things-
Graphic leads
Yeah.
with the biggest story. Former finance minister
Yeah.
wanted. Ex-MPA boss, 8 others under investigation. This is special prosecutor. He's photographed the Kisiye Jabing with Kanuforiata in a pensive mood. In other headlines, President orders probe into NSA ghost name scandal.
Yeah.
Jubilee House to host 68th Independence Anniversary. And the AG debunks dropping cases for political reasons. And then there's a nice sort of bottom story where IFC
Right.
deepens partnership with LMI Holdings to expand clean energy to industrial zones in Ghana. Now, the health minister has been busy. On the back page, report suspected cases of meningitis early to hospital. This is the health minister.
True.
And change must reflect in approach to work. Dr. Ali to GMA staff.
Right. So Ghanaian Times, OSP declares Keno Friata wanted, takes legal steps to secure his return, and government cancels Grand Independence celebrations to save cost. President on working visit to Germany and Ethiopia maintain momentum on fiscal reforms to build resilient economy. This is the World Bank speaking. And ECG gets 9.7 million Ghana cedi to undertake projects in Western region.
The Daily Guide is back after some sort of self-imposed hiatus.
Good to have them.
It's looking nice. Daily Guide, welcome back to the business. OSP declares Oforiatta wanted over SML Cathedral contracts. Again, the two men photographed. Dr. Hamid, 3 others cited in 1.3 billion cedi SP investigation. Now, this one from Ashanti region. Ashanti chief cop transferred to Accra after voting chaos. So the cop Franca Brock was photographed here. And AG closes case in Jachikwesin trial. That's on page 6. On the back page, I like the headline. It's a question. Is Pole's death the catalyst for change in Ghana football?
Good question.
Ernest Bewa asks.
I bring you to the Chronicle this morning. Oforiatta disappears from OSP's radar. Small boy Ejapin declares him wanted. Mahama hasn't directed me to drop any case. This is the AG speaking. And Max Obuache, elected Council of State member at 32.
The Daybreak has Senna ignores transfer order, attends JIC meeting on Tuesday. This is Harriet Senna Sian Boateng. I think some papers have been writing about her for quite a while now. In other headlines, Hamid laughs off UPPF embezzlement probe by special prosecutor. Customs officers want Ayorogo out, and General Tanya Kuluno takes office as GPHA boss.
The Inquisitor, from all powerful to fugitive, OSP declares Oforiatta wanted as house raid was staged to divert attention. Inquisitor says 2025 Independence Day celebration to be held only at Jubilee House to cut cost. Ayorogo must go. Customs officers demand. That story is here as well. All post-election recruitments were rushed. Kwache Ofosu asserts no legal issues with AG's case withdrawal. Titus Sorry is speaking.
The overseer leads with finance minister to present 2025 budget on March 10. Photo of Dr. Cassiel Atofosen. Also, Mahama appoints Edmond Combat as deputy MD of TOR. And Mahama orders probe into National Service Authority ghost name scandal. So the stories are set. In other stories, Hollister Dua into me finally hands over to James Ajinim Boatin as SICMD. So this photo shows a happy pair. There's handover notes.
So the key too has been handed over.
They've even smoked the peace pipe. So everything is done.
Nice.
Meanwhile, Haruna Idrisu directs inclusion of ethics and patriotism in preschool curriculum. I kind of like this.
I take you online quickly. Channel1news.com. Oforiatta is a suspect, not a person of interest. OSP EC to rerun Council of State elections in Northeast and Ashanti regions. Impresso MP slams OSP for declaring Oforiatta a fugitive. Attorney General clarifies decision to end prosecutions, and Atuforsen was clearly a victim of political witch hunt. This is Dominic Ayine as well. DCOP Tay Kujo replaces Frank Abrokwa as Ashanti Regional Police Commander. Hollister Diayentume is here as well. She's handed over to Ajanim Boateng. CityNewsroom.com. Prosecute Oforiatta if there is sufficient evidence. Imparaso MP Nitiwo accuses government of using military to track his movements. Stop confusing OSP's mandate with police. Samida Akontu Mensha South NP. Kisia Jabin's management style must be scrutinized. This is Pebu to the OSP, and the World Bank is cautioning Ghana against premature return to the international market. Loads of other comments. Stories. Mahama not a clearing agent. I am responsible for all dropped cases. Ayene here. Major online quickly.
Yes, please.
Rushing back to capital market could be costly. World Bank wants. That story is here as well. Martin Pebu demands answers from special prosecutor over case delays. service personnel to receive full arrears starting today. Acting Director Phyllis Jemfi. CCTV images of alleged raid in Kenoforiata's home emerge. ECG's finances are here. Revenue under reporting and more. Mr. Foriata, the OSP did not raid your house. Okay, this is here. 100,000 eggs stolen from one U.S. grocer as bird flu drives up prices.
It's not a joke. They are stealing wawulo. It's crazy, man. Yes.
Now, suspect in JB Dankwa Edu murder weeps, says he's tired of attending court. I discontinued Ato Forson's case because he was a victim of political witch hunt. If I take you elsewhere to the BBC, Trump offers Putin a way back in from the cold. Ukraine war talks start now, Trump says after Putin call. And on a power trip, or obviously brilliant, Americans weigh Max's influence. Elon Musk, ex-Google boss, fears AI could be used by terrorists. And then DeepSeek moved me to tears. How young Chinese find therapy in AI. CNN, is Europe American century over? Trump's Gaza rival vision needed an Arab reality check. This royal visit encouraged, and here's what federal judges could do if they are ignored by the Trump administration.
So this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to give you like 2 or 3 stories summarizing the situation with the former finance minister.
Yes, please.
So the graphics version basically has everything. Ex-MPA boss, 8 others, an investigation, former finance minister wanted. And if you haven't heard this yet, so the Office of the Special Prosecutor has declared finance minister Kenoforiata wanted. Now, Mr. Foriata is currently outside the country and has been mentioned as a suspect in some corruption and corruption-related cases, including the National Cathedral and the SML contract. Now, the OSP has also commenced investigations against the former CEO of MPA, Dr. Mustafa Hamid, and 3 others over the alleged embezzlement of 1.3 million cedis from the United Petroleum Pricing Fund at the MPA. All right, then some other names are mentioned here. The rest is just reactions. So the reason I sort of use this angle is there are so many stories here. The other point though was that prior to this press conference by the OSP, the former finance minister's house was raided by some people who were wearing military uniform. Now the OSP has denied that they were involved in this and actually described this as staged. This matter was debated in Parliament yesterday, and the majority leader said identified the leader of the people who raided the house as Mr. Jakba, former soldier who was one of the people being charged in the case of the ambulance matter. And there were Mr. Jakba and some people in military uniform were the ones who raided the house. So clearly OSP doesn't know or says they don't know anything about the raid. So there was a big debate about whether that's the best way to go. For example, the former defense minister Dominic Nitiwo, he said this is not a democracy we asked for. He accused government of using military to track his own movements. And he was speaking on the floor yesterday. He disclosed that armed military personnel had been trailing his movement in recent times, raising questions about the state of democracy in Ghana. Then John Jinapo, the current Minister of Energy, also claimed that in 2017, so just entered his house, harassed him, took his phone and whatever. So there's a lot of training of accusations. So those are basically the issues around. Then in terms of interviews on this, you had, for example, MP from Insha South, Bafo Ewua, speaking and saying that the OSP is confusing his mandate and that they do not have more powers than the police. He says OSP's declaration of Foforiata as wanted is a mere public show. And then the director of strategy for the OSP and director of communications, Samida Akun, came on the show and also tried to clarify the mandate of the OSP and defended the actions up till now. So this is where we are with that story. And let's go somewhere else.
Well, Kisia Dabing also spoke. He's
the OSP himself.
No, apologies. Martin Kwebu also spoke on that. And he's saying the management style of the OSP must be scrutinized. He's called on the special prosecutor to account for his handling of cases raising concerns over delays in prosecuting high-profile corruption investigations. So whereas the OSP is being accused of his handling of some of the issues, Pebu actually is not excited about the pace of work. But Mahama hasn't directed me to drop any case. This is the AG defending his decision. Story by Jennifer Ambule in the Chronicle. Attorney General and Minister for Justice Dr. Dominic Akotinga Ayene there, has categorically dismissed claims that President John Dramani Mahama influenced his decision to discontinue certain criminal prosecutions. Now, addressing a news conference in Accra, Dr. Ayina stated unequivocally that all decisions regarding nolly prosequi and charge withdrawals were made independently based on legal merit and constitutional principles. So he gave a press conference yesterday where he justified case by case why he thought that the cases lacked merit.
So again, to summarize that, he gave, I can say, 3.5 reasons for his decision. Number one, he says there were ethical and professional considerations because in some of the cases like the Atu Forsen and the Ofosampopo case, he was directly involved as lawyer. So ethically, and he believed that those cases were not properly grounded. So as AG, he cannot continue those cases. Number two, he says some of the cases, the charges were defective. So for example, in the Collins Dauda and the Saglemi housing case, he felt that was the case. Then he says for a number of the cases, there was insufficient evidence. So he started a Opuni case in the Little Bit Fertilizer, and he also said that there were also issues around the conduct of some judges in the cases. He, for example, took issue with Justice Honyanuga in the Opuni case. So those are the reasons he gave. Again, this has come up. There's a lot of people analyzing whether he did the right thing or not, whether he should have spoken much earlier. Be that as it may, that's the second major story. I suppose the third big story is the president's
cancellation of Grand Independence celebrations to save costs. Stories on page 12 of the Ghanaian Times. Julius Yao Petechi is writing that the government has announced the cancellation of what it called the Grand Observation of Ghana's Independence Anniversary celebration. Instead, a modest celebration will be held at the Jubilee House to commemorate the anniversary. The Minister of State in charge of Government Communication, Felix Kwatio-Fosu, told the press in Accra yesterday on the theme Reflect, Review, Reset. The minister said it was in line with President John Dramani Mahama government's agenda to reset all spheres of governance. Now, he tells us that the previous, for example, the celebration held in the Volta Regional Capital Hall in 2023 cost the taxpayer a staggering 15 million Ghana cedis.
So this is the point. There's a benefit for sending the independence celebrations outside
to the economies of those regions.
It helps those economies, and it also unites the country in a different way. But we are in different times where we need to cut our costs. So I think that they are clearly right, and they've also removed the excesses, unnecessary march past and all those things removed. And if you say you are broke, you need to act like it. So I think this is a great decision. Now, the other story, arguably the fourth, Ashanti Chief Cop transferred to Accra after voting chaos. So we saw some very disturbing scenes from the Ashanti region during the voting for the people to represent Council of State. Now, the government has acted quite swiftly in this. So I'll use the Daily Guys version here. In a significant development within the Ghana Police Service, this DCOP of Police, Frank Abrokwa, Ashanti Regional Police Commander, has been transferred to the police headquarters in Accra. This move comes in the wake of violent disruption of the recent Council of State election in Kumasi, triggering questions about the quality of policing during the exercise. Now, the regional police chief was said to be present during the exercise. Sources suggest DCOP Abrokwa's transfer is directly linked to his handling of the chaotic situation in the region. Now, we are told, I don't know if the Daily Guide has this, but on our website and other websites, we're actually told that a new police chief has been sent to the region to replace DCOP Abrokwa. So clearly, he's been... So it's called Teikujo. DCOP Emmanuel Teikujo has taken over as the new Ashanti Regional Police Commander until his appointment. He was the Central North Region Police Commander. So,
that's an interesting development there. Now, Holista Dria Yentumi hands over SIC leadership to Ajenim Boateng. There's a photograph. The two of them are exchanging pleasantries. She's smiling. And the story says that Holista Dria Yentumi, Managing Director of SIC Insurance PLC, has officially handed over leadership to her successor, James Ajenim Boateng, at a ceremony held at the company's head office in Accra. She highlighted SIC Insurance PLC's strong financial performance in 2024, reporting a revenue of 513 million Ghana cedis, a 37.48% increase from 373 million Ghana cedis recorded the previous year. This is getting all the mileage is getting as a result of the background.
There are two lessons there for me. The story initially started in the media because of the claim by the incoming MD that the place was locked. So it was a big story.
Yeah.
Then there was also a court matter where the lady who's the outgoing had gone to court.
Yeah.
So I think that sometimes the media and the courts are not the best places to resolve issues.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to just sit like adults behind the scenes
and address issues.
But at the end of the day, we all want the country to progress.
True.
So it's not everything that you need to shout about.
True.
Let's do economy. The finance minister is to present his budget, his first budget, on 10th March. Now, this is a significant date because it puts pressure on a lot of things. You know that there's a national economic forum that's supposed to happen before the budget.
True.
The IMF team is also meeting government. So all of them have a compressed timetable to finish everything they are doing before 10th March.
Yeah.
And today is 13th February.
Yeah.
So let me use the overseer's version. It's a news desk report. Finance minister to present budget 2025 budget on March 10. And basically that's what the story says. Now, earlier this year, Parliament approved an expenditure in advance of appropriation, allocating 68.1 billion cedis for the administration to manage government operations from January to March. So if they don't read the budget, we won't have anything from March. This measure was necessary to maintain government spending in the absence of a full year budget. The Finance Ministry has already issued broad guidelines to various ministries outlining spending targets and program inputs for the 2025 budget.
Meanwhile, the World Bank is cautioning that rushing back to the capital markets could be costly. Reading from my journal online now, World Bank Country Director for Ghana, Liberia and Sierra Leone, Robert Taliesio, has cautioned Ghana against making a premature return to international capital markets, warning that such a move could undermine the country's recent economic recovery. Now, he was speaking at the launch of the World Bank's latest public finance review report titled Building the Foundations for a Resilient and Equitable Fiscal Policy. Now, if you go down a bit, his warnings follow Ghana's unsuccessful restructuring of both domestic and external debts, which secured significant
Ghana
relief.
Successful or unsuccessful? I think it's successful.
Ghana's successful restructuring.
If it wasn't successful, we would not be here. Like by now, even your salary would not come. My brother.
Which secured significant relief under $3 billion IMF extended credit facility program. So that's the IMF cautioning the handlers of the economy.
So this one is quasi-governance, quasi-economy story. President orders investigation to National Service Authority ghost name scandal.
Right.
I'm using the GNS version, a story by Idi Yire. President John Mahama has ordered the National Investigations Bureau to conduct immediate investigations into the operations of the National Service Authority under the previous administration. Now, this follows the discovery of up to 81,885 suspected ghost names.
Jesus.
They unleash this number of ghosts into your country.
Ghost.
Charlie, almost 82,000 suspected ghost names on the payroll. Now, in a statement issued by the president spokesperson, Felix Kwatio Fosu, and copied to GN, he said that ghost names were detected following a head count of active national service personnel at the behest of the Ministry of Finance as a prerequisite for the clearance of allowance dating back to August 2024. It said the Ministry of Finance had, upon the completion of the head count, released an amount of 226 million cedis, covering allowance payments for some 98,000 actual service personnel. So now this is what they are saying. The names presented were 180,000.
Yeah.
When they did the head count, there were only 98,000 national service personnel, which means that 81,000 of those names were people who didn't exist.
Wow. So where was the money going?
That is what the NIB is going to find.
My God.
We wish them well in that finding.
We are interested in this one.
I tell you.
Provide full list of frequency authorizations issued, renewed within the last 60 days. Communications Minister directs acting NCA boss. So some review is going to happen there. The details are on page 15 of the Ghanaian Times. But there's a story of interest that will interest the brotherhood. Intake of gobe. Others can prevent heart diseases. This is a nutritionist speaking.
Well, since you're on health, let me give you one health and you can link this.
Yes.
So if you go to the back page of the graphic, so it looks like this month everybody has hit the ground running.
I'm telling you.
So the Kwabena Minta Akando was sworn in, I think, last week. He's already in the northern region. The Upper West region, wearing a mask.
Thank you.
The health minister has asked Ghanaians not to be alarmed by the high number of recorded suspected cases of meningitis in the region, in the Upper West region. He said it was better for people to report early to hospital to be tested than to stay home and report late.
Yeah.
Now, he was there with the acting DG of the Ghana Health Service, Professor Samuel Kaba Korea. He said the contributory factors to the high mortality rate was the financial constraint preventing people from seeking medical treatment. So he's on a working visit, and he has directed that people with symptoms of meningitis be treated free of charge. This is very important. Why? Because the financial gap, or not financial gap, like the financial barrier.
Yeah.
So people don't have money.
Yeah.
So they have symptoms. They don't want to go
They
to
won't
hospital.
show up because
So
of
he's
money.
saying anybody who goes to, I don't know what it means, any hospital.
If you have symptoms, show up and be treated for free.
And as part of interventions to stem the spread of the disease, he said the government had deployed a rapid response team from Accra to assist the regional health staff in dealing with the issue. Now talk to me about the preventing heart disease matter.
So we are told nutritionists are advising Ghanaians to eat more beans-based meals, including the popular local dish gari and beans, also known as gobe or yoke gari. Yeah, to prevent heart disease. They said incidences of obesity and cancer could be minimized with the regular intake of beans meals. At the program in Accra to mark the World Pause, that's Beans Day on Monday, Mr. Wise Chukudi Lecha, nutritionist and dietitian who spoke on the topic beans, the superfood for healthy living and healthy farmlands, admonished Ghanaians to include beans in their diet. So if you see me eating beans, it's not for economic reasons.
Now, even if it's for economic reasons. Now, let me give you a quick one. Minister of Education, Haruna Idrisu, has directed the Ghana Book Development Council to integrate integrity and ethics into early childhood education.
Very important.
As part of effort to promote patriotism. According to him, the government priority is to instill these values from an early stage to shape morally responsible citizens. And he made these statements during his tour of agencies and institutions under the ministry. So he started on Wednesday, and he visited GTech, TVET, GetFund, and other major agencies responsible for overseeing education policies for the government. So it looks like almost all the ministers
are hitting the grounds running.
What I want us to do is to pay attention to what they are saying, because it sets the tone for the kind of leadership. Yeah. For example, the staff of Ghana Maritime Authority have been admonished to let competence and integrity shine through their operations. Why? The new DG, Dr. Kamal Din Ali, said this at his maiden meeting with staff at the authority. This is what I'll say. A lot of times when these new guys come, they say all the right things.
Yeah.
Then they relax, and then the bad guys come and tell them, Honorable, this is how we can make money, or this is how we can. So they should back all these nice calls with action. Lead by example. Don't just say nice things. Let people know you not take bribes. Let people know you not tolerate laziness. And that if anybody is doing anti-government, anti-Ghana, anti-patriotism things, you will deal with them. Otherwise, after 2 years, Charlie, we'll come back to say
Trump offers Putin a way back in from the cold. A single phone call will not magically end the war in Ukraine. Talks may not get underway. Exactly when and how they will conclude isn't clear. But Vladimir Putin has already scored something of a diplomatic victory simply by holding this telephone conversation. After all, 3 years ago, he was out in the political wilderness. The details are on the BBC, telling you how Trump is making an offer to Putin.
And in the US, some people are stealing 100,000 eggs from a grocery shop because bird flu has driven prices up. So when you get an egg to eat with your gari and beans,
you thank God for
thank the Lord and eat it carefully.
That'll be all.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Now, the MTN Ghana Foundation is organizing its annual blood donation exercise on Friday, February 14, 2025 to support the National Blood Service. The exercise will take place at these venues: the MTN House, Accra, Presec Legon, Accra Academy, Accra High, Degano, SHS, Teshi Technical School. Time is running from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's an annual exercise, provides an opportunity for MTN staff, blood donors, corporate bodies, and the public to donate much needed blood to assist in emergency healthcare situations. To join MTN this Valentine's Day to brighten someone's life, your blood can save a life. And EcoBank says, don't be scammed. Fraudulent activities are on the increase. Scammers continue to target customers of various banks through phone calls, text messages, and emails, and they are attempting to get you to divulge sensitive information, whether it's your password, your PIN, your card information, your OTP, or other personal details. The ultimate aim is to steal your money. Please do not fall for these. Report any suspicious SMS, email, phone call to the EcoBank Contact Center. Delete such messages at once. Avoid any calls or messages that request you to click a link If you're in doubt or you feel insecure, call the EcoBank Contact Center 0800 0032225 as a toll-free line. Grow Super XP brings you Grow Good Energy brings you Grow Super XP. Ideal choice for most vehicles is flowing. At our stations across the country, just go fuel up your vehicle and enjoy the smooth ride with all the benefits. Go Super XP's quality gives you the correct choice when buying regular fuel, fortified with special additive that gives longevity to your engine, makes your engine perform to the max using minimal fuel. Go Super XP, good energy, and idea.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
It's time for the City Business News, and one lady who's joined us looking like a cabin crew member, Nashika Caesar.
Hi, Caleb.
What's your flight number? Should we fasten our seatbelt for the business news?
You probably should.
Absolutely. Let's go, Captain.
Hello and welcome to the breakfast edition of the City Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, Goil and EcoBank. I'm Nashika Caesar. Coming up, World Bank cautions Ghana against Russian-backed international capital markets. Also coming up, Ministry of Energy and Green Transitions reaffirms commitment to incorporate 21,000 megawatts of renewable power by 2070. And later, contention of a BOG governor's appointment eases as AG justifies why a case against him was withdrawn. We settle for the details of our stories now. The World Bank Country Director of Ghana, Liberia and Sierra Leone, Robert Talisi O'Brien, has warned Ghana against rushing back to the international capital market, describing such a move as premature and potentially risky. According to him, an early return could send the wrong signal to investors and lead to a reversal of gains made under Ghana's debt restructuring effort, exposing the country to unsustainable borrowing cost. He made these comments at the launch of the World Bank's latest public finance review report titled Building the Foundations for a Resilient and Equitable Fiscal Policy.
The risk now is falling into complacency with these achievements and returning to business as usual, a recurring error in the past, sadly, in Ghana. As a point of history, Ghana has requested a record of 17 IMF programs, and as a result, the country has been in IMF programs for 40 out of its 68 years of history. So I think this does drive home the point about not returning to business as usual, but moving on. A premature return to international capital markets could send the wrong signal, and also a reversal to unsustainable borrowing costs. I think it's critically important at this juncture in Ghana's history from the World Bank perspective that it sends strong signals about credible reforms and including structural reforms going forward. That would be the really great signal to send. Not fully completing the adjustment program, that is reducing debt to GDP to 55% by 2028, could jeopardize the credibility of policy reforms and the fundamentals for long-term growth.
That was the World Bank Country Director for Ghana, Liberia and Sierra Leone, Robert Talisiu O'Brien, speaking there. Now, the controversies surrounding the appointment of Dr. Johnson Isiama as the Governor of the Bank of Ghana may finally ease as the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Dr. Dominic Ayine, justifies dropping all charges against him. The prosecution's case at the time had claimed that the BOG, under the watch of Dr. Isiama as the second Deputy Governor, doled out over 450 million Ghana cedis to Unibank without following laid down procedures. But according to Dr. Ayine, a review of the case uncovered an internal memo from the prosecution division of his office addressed to former Attorney General Godfred Yeboah-Dami, explicitly recommending withdrawing the charges due to weaknesses in the evidence.
My review of some of the cases certainly revealed fatal flaws in the case of the prosecution. A few examples are in order. In two of the banking trials still ongoing, I took the decision to withdraw the charges against Mr. Johnson Bundit Asiema for a simple reason that in the course of my review of the cases, my attention was drawn to an internal memo prepared by the Prosecution Division of our department for the attention of the former Attorney General, the Honorable Godfrey Yebo Adame, who should recommend that the charges against him be dropped. This is very significant. This is an internal memo prepared by professional prosecutors advising the Attorney General that the charges against our current Bank of Ghana, the Governor of the Bank of Ghana, be dropped.
You heard that the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Dr. Dominic Ayine, there. Now, stakeholders in the energy sector are calling on the Office of the Special Prosecutor, OSP, to expand its investigation into the management of the Petroleum Fund to include past administrations of chief executive officers at the National Petroleum Authority. This appeal comes after the OSP officially launched a probe into the alleged embezzlement of 1.3 billion cedis from the Unified Petroleum Price Fund during the tenure of Mustafa Hamid, the most recent CEO of the National Petroleum Authority. Daniel Dodumansa has more in the following report.
The Unified Petroleum Price Fund, established by the authority, aims to stabilize petroleum prices and ensure nationwide distribution of petroleum products. It facilitates efficient and cost-effective fuel transportation, both administratively and logistically. Following the OSP's decision to investigate alleged misappropriation of the fund, the policy lead for conventional energy at the African Center for Energy Policy, ACEP, Kojo Yauche, has called for a broader probe.
We feel that it should be extended. I did also indicate that the investigations on the UPPF should not only be limited to this period, but should be extended beyond the tenure of the current CEO and the managers. So we need a full extent, and we are also considering engaging the OSP with our study to see whether there are other areas that will pique their interest for them to expand their investigations that they are doing.
The Center for Environmental Management and Sustainable Energy has recommended that the NPA board be included in the investigation.
What we think the investigators should do is to go beyond the chief executive officer and extend the investigation to the board and as well as the Minister of Energy during that particular period.
Meanwhile, the OSP has also initiated an inquiry into suspected corruption and related offences, focusing on the operations of the Minerals Income Investment Fund. The investigation covers payments linked to the incubation program, Corey Value Corporation, Electrochem Ghana Limited, and Ejapa Royalties Limited.
Daniel Odumensa with that report. Moving on, the Ministry of Energy and Green Transitions has reaffirmed its commitment to incorporating 21,000 megawatts of renewable power by 2070 into the country's energy mix as part of effort to transition Ghana's energy sector to a greener and more cost-efficient future. The initiative is expected to reduce energy costs while advancing the country's clean energy agenda. The pledge was underscored at the ceremonial signing of a loan agreement between the International Finance Corporation IFC and LML Holdings for the construction of a 100,000 megawatt solar plant, where $100 million has been secured for the first 150 megawatts of the plant, which will be done in 2 phases. Director for Renewable Energy at the Ministry of Energy and Green Transitions, Seth Mahu, highlighted the significance of such investment in driving Ghana's long-term energy transformation.
We believe strongly that this project will help drive the cost of energy within the enclave to ensure that you remain competitive within the global production or industrial space. So on behalf of the minister, we would want to congratulate you, and we stand by you. We'll work with you to make sure that you are able to do this project and have it integrated seamlessly into the networks that you have within your area.
Seth Mahu is the Director for Renewable Energy at the Ministry of Energy and Green Transitions. Now, the Concerned Farmers Association of Ghana is raising concerns over the devastating impact of the Boko conflict on local food production. President of the association, Farmer General Nana Wade Boatin Bonsu, told Citi Business News that hundreds of farmers have incurred significant losses as a result of the conflict in the Boko region. As the farmers prepare for the new farming season, they are appealing to the government to intervene intervene to help mitigate the situation.
Almost 350 farmers that have been recorded that their produce has been getting rotten. We're heading towards to thousands and then thousands of Ghana city that is getting being wasted. It's a very critical moment for the farmers because most of their crops are this green pepper, sweet pepper, and then cabbage. And it's getting rotten all because vehicle owners and drivers are scared to send their vehicles there because they're afraid that their vehicles will be burnt because most of the vehicles have been burnt there. Others have lost their lives. The authorities will also work on it.
That was the Farmer General Nana Wadia Boatin Bonso, who is president of the Concerned Farmers Association of Ghana. Now let's have a quick market check on the currency board across some forex bureaus. The dollar could be sold to you at 16 cedis. The British pound could be sold to you at 19 cedis 40 pesos, while the euro is selling at 16 cedis 60 pesos. Remember that these are the rates being offered by the forex bureaus to the public. And that's all for the breakfast edition of the Citi Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, Goil and EcoBank. I'm Nashika Caesar. Many thanks for your company. Do have a great business day.
Every day, people have money emergencies. Ma, I need my school fees. Mommy chop money. Ratchet, mommy rent. Emergency. Now, there's a new emergency number in town. More money, challenge and enjoyment. Chop life we got. Dial star 770 hash for money emergencies and chop life.
For emergency access to your bank accounts, transfers, utility payments, loans, and more. Dial star 770 hash. Bank on the go even without data with EcoBank's short code for digital banking. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
For over 60 years, Good Energy has served you top quality fuels. Goil brings you Super XP for a smooth ride. It is available in Goil stations nationwide. Goil Super XP is fortified with special additives which help your engine perform better and use less fuel. Goil Super XP is quality fuel, the ideal choice for most vehicles. Energize your ride with Goil Super XP. Who feel ya? Huh? Who feel? Good energy. Yeah,
Hey, so as for you, every day you are just pressing your phone. Why? Are they paying you?
They are, Oma.
Eh?
The more I use my MTN, the more points I get. And I can use those points to get airtime, data, and even discounts at shops and restaurants.
Hey, so that is why all of you are always pressing your phones. And you won't tell us, so that we too we can enjoy some.
Oh, ma.
There's always more to enjoy with MTN Rewards. Just keep talking, testing, and browsing all day, every day to collect your points and use it to redeem amazing offers and discounted freebies right away. There's so much available for you. So dial star 550 hash and get your reward today. Let's go everywhere you go.
Kweku, have you heard what they are doing on MTN?
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi 97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi 973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi 973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
I know, you do me bad, then you know.
It's a 7:15. Kickoff is coming your way shortly. Kickoff is brought to you by Shell and Zonda Ghana Limited. From planning date nights to making your kids happy with the latest toy and ice cream, these many little things make all the difference in creating lasting memories. Good times start at Shell, where you can fill up on more than just fuel. Fill up on love, laughter, sumptuous buys, and treats from our partner vendors. You find it all at Shell. Whether it's juicy chicken, filling burger, snacks, and space to just unwind, we got them all. While you're enjoying yourself with your family and friends, your car can also get the love it deserves at the Shell service station and wash bay. It's one roof for everything. Visit Shell today. Shell, go well. And Gabby Affair is here.
And Young flings it in, and Decore nudges down. Harrison is closed down. Mikolenko's on the overlap. Lofted in by Mikolenko. Irabunan. Tarkovsky! Forever! James Tarkovsky beats the Goodison Derby. Farewell. Good night.
Charlie, this Peter Druga, what does he eat?
Yeah, solid stuff. Energy. That's what we call him.
My goodness.
Energy.
No, I just love it. I love it.
Well, in the toughest captain stood up against the Reds at the Goodison Park. James Tarkowski just will not give up in front of the Everton fans. He ended 2-0 between Everton and Liverpool in the Merseyside derby. Also, we'll touch on the UEFA Champions League matches from last night in the run of 32 matches, that and some updates from the GFA and more. I am Gabby Offer. Helping me today, this is Zonda GH and Shell V Power. Shell, go well. Alright, so let's start off with news around the Youth Resource Centers. Chief Executive Officer of the National Youth Authority, Osman Ayariga, has announced plans to construct 6 new youth resource centers to serve Ghana's recently created regions. Now, currently, out of the 10 centers built under the country's previous 10 region structure, only those in the Upper West and the Eastern regions are fully completed. Addressing the issue, Ayariga assured that the uncompleted centers would be completed, while 6 additional centers will be built to cater for the new regions.
Irrespective of the ministry we fall under, we go with our assets and our liabilities. We don't leave any behind. So the 10 youth development centers that were being constructed, of which only 2 were completed. You and I know of the promises of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to make sure that uncompleted projects will be completed as well as new ones constructed. So based on the promise of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, I can tell you emphatically, without a shred or iota of doubt, that we shall complete all 10 or the rest of the national the youth development centers, and also construct new ones to take care of the 6 other new.
Well, meanwhile, the Minister of Youth and Development, Georgia Parado, also had this to say about the youth resource centers.
We intend to complete them because it's going to serve young people. And like you rightly said, 2 have been completed. The one in the Upper West region is completed, and the one in the Eastern region is completed. We've done an assessment. I've met the National Youth Authority CEO and his deputies, and I've asked them to do an assessment of what needs to be done. I'm sure by the end of this week or early next week, I should receive a report from them. Based on that, we'll sit down with the finance ministry, sit down with government and the relevant agencies, and also our donor partners to see how best they can help complete it. Because the centers are such that once they are all completed and put to use, it will go a long way to benefit young people. And it also has, it's not just, it has a recreational center as well, where young people can go and meet and connect. And also a skills development place where they can go and learn and acquire the various skills that they require. So it's multifaceted, and it's a place that will go a long way to help. The 2 that are already done, I've asked that they bring a proposal on how they intend to run it. Once we look at it and we okay it, it'll begin to run, and we intend to operationalize the 2 that are ready in the coming days.
Georgia Parado is Minister for Youth and Development speaking right there, taking into the GFA, and they have approved enhanced match day safety and security protocols for all football competitions in the country. The decision follows the tragic stabbing of Kotoko and Apole during the match day 19 fixture against Nswatrim, and the GFA confirmed that these new protocols will be implemented alongside existing regulations to improve safety at match venues. Now, earlier this week, Asante Kotoko and Accra Heart of Oak jointly submitted a proposal to the GFA expressing dissatisfaction with the association's handling of the incident, and both clubs insisted that they will not return to the league unless their demands for improved security measures are met. Well, reacting to that is a member of the GFA Safety and Security Committee, Emmanuel Saintosai.
You know, we don't give much attention to security in this country. Security plays a second fiddle, even in organization. I must say, even in organization, I don't put much premium on security. It is always afterthought. That is, then let's do this. Let's increase man force, man guard, or bring on CCTV and what have you. It's about time that security is given much attention, because when the security initiatives are given attention, you know, some of these things can be averted easily. But anytime a security person tries to, you know, even raise a budget, they say, because they feel nothing has happened. But I mean, what prompted the Americans to be very, serious with their security after 9/11 and some other incident that took place?
All right, so that's Emmanuel Santos, a member of the GFA Safety and Security Committee, speaking to Bernarda Baker yesterday on Football Made in Ghana on Channel 1 TV. Well, taking into Europe, and James Tarkowski's dramatic last gap equalizer gave Everton a deserved point in a stormy conclusion to the final Merseyside derby at Goodison Park. Liverpool looked to be heading 9 points clear at the top of the Premier League table, but James Tarkowski had different ideas.
Jordan, a point in the Merseyside derby, the final one here at Goodison Park. How are you feeling?
Yeah, it was a great point, and just that anxiety at the end with the VAR. You're just waiting to hear. But no, it was massive for the fans, massive for us, because you don't want to. I think it was like 41s apiece wins, and so to finish Goodison with a point, you know, we thought we played very well tonight, and but also very important for the league table as well. Another point on the board to keep pushing up that table.
Virgil, the derby, it was always going to be feisty. How do you sum that one up?
Yeah, listen, intense. It was always going to be intense. Obviously, a lot of battles, and yeah, I think. Obviously it's very disappointing to lose it, obviously in the last second of the game, or even over extra time. But yeah, listen, it is what it is. It's not easy to accept it, especially in the matter how. But we take it and we go on.
Alright, and so Harry Kane and Michael Olise scored for Bayern Munich. They beat Celtic 2-1 last night. Taking the first leg advantage, and they'll be hoping to beat Celtic again to progress to the next stage of the UEFA Champions League. Well, Gustav Nielsen won and scored a controversial late penalty as Club Brugge claimed a narrow lead over Atalanta, also in the first leg of the Champions League knockout playoff tie. Feyenoord claimed a slender first leg lead over AC Milan in Rotterdam. Here is AC Milan's Tijani Reinders.
Today, how we played, aggressiveness in attacking, in defending, it was not good. We knew they are dangerous in the counter-attack, and they scored one from it. And yeah, it had to be much better today. And we didn't show our qualities today, and now we have to do it better in the return. Yeah, we have to, because we are 1-0 down now, and we have to be ready for the next game against next week against Feyenoord, and we have to do it better and learn from our mistakes and show what we really can do on the pitch.
Alright, so that's AC Milan's Tijani Reinders speaking there. Benfica took control of their Champions League playoff with an away win against a Monaco side that had to play most of the second half with only 10 men. There's more later to look forward to in Europe tonight. Midtjylland will take on Real Sociedad in the Europa Conference. At the Europa League, Fenerbahce will take on Anderlecht. Frank Varos up against Victoria Plzen. Union Saint-Gilloise will take on Ajax. AZ Alkmaar up against Galatasaray. And FC Porto will play AS Roma FC 20 up against Bodo Glimt and PAOK will take on Star Bucharesti. There's more later at 5 p.m. on Sports Flash. In the meantime, you can head to citysportsonline.com and on X at City Sports GH. Kickoff is probably brought to you by Zonda GH Shell V Power Shell Go. I am Gabby Offer. Enjoy the rest of your day. Do take care and bye-bye.
It's not just a service station. It's a place you get more for every visit. It's not just a place to fill your tank. It's a place to fulfill your cravings. From chicken to chocolate, caramel or the tasty latte. It's not just a place to service your car. It's the perfect place to wash your ride. It's a place where convenience, love, friendship, joy, and laughter assemble. Because it all starts at Shell. Visit Shell today and enjoy a wide array of services and offers under one roof. It starts at Shell.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
Dear business owner, congrats on not giving up on your business. You deserve a medal, and your business deserves to be taken to the next level. In fact, it's about time you run a Zenith Bank SME account so you and your business can enjoy the perks of a Zenith SME business card. Oga and Oga Madam status.
The Zenith SME Business Card is a Visa debit card for making secure payments for goods and services. Enjoy great benefits such as free customized digital SME training, free marketing toolkits, access to Visa practical skills training, and more. Unlock the potential of your business today. Visit any Zenith Bank branch nationwide and sign up for the Zenith SME Business Card, the ultimate payment solution for SMEs. For more information, visit www.zenithbank.com.gh or call 0302-680-884 or 0307-086-370. Zenith Bank, in your best interests.
There is love at Orca Deco this Valentine's season. We've got lovely discounts on selected home furniture and accessories. Enjoy 20% off exclusive furniture, decor, accessories, and many more. Orca has everything to make your sweetheart feel truly special. Set the mood and experience the art of living this Valentine at Orca from now until 16th February. Visit Orca Deco on the Spintex Road before everything runs out.
Since inception, almost 100% of Ashesi University students have found jobs, started businesses, or gone on to graduate school within 6 months of graduation. From Accra to Nairobi, London to New York, Ashesi graduates are noticed and are leading successful careers. If you dream of a rewarding life and career, an Ashesi education prepares you just for that. Learn more about applying to Ashesi at ashesi.edu.gh. Remember, admission is ongoing.
This year, something magical is happening. A celebration of tradition, flavor, and community. Welcome to the Back to Your Village Food Festival 2025.
Taste the heart of your heritage with mouth-watering dishes from across the country like Ademe with akple, Tozafi with ayoyo soup, kokonte, apopranta, rare kwine, and many more. From rich spices to sweet treats, it's a journey for your senses. We're taking you back to your village.
Oh yes, let's recreate our age-old recipes.
But it's not just about food, you know. We're celebrating culture, connecting with family, and making memories that last a lifetime.
This March, let's come together and discover the flavors that make us who we are. The date is 29th and 30th of March 2025. The venue, Accra Metropolitan Assembly, and the time is 10 a.m. through till 6 p.m. each day.
The Back to Your Village Food Festival 2025, where food, fun, and tradition meet. See you you there.
Interested vendors should call 0558 973 973 or 0205 973 973 to register. The Bachelor Village Food Festival 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM.
I'm gonna lie. We're going to get to our university. No check out one can. I'm going I am a nigga home. Who got that in them?
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi 97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi 973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi 973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
It's a turf war on a global scale. I'd rather hear both sides of the tale. See, it's not about races, just places, faces. Where your blood comes from is where your space is. I've seen the bright get duller. I'm not gonna spend my life being a color.
Tell me you agree with me when I saw you kicking dirt in my eye.
7:33. Michael Jackson with Black or White.
It don't matter if you're black or white.
A few people celebrating their birthdays today. Happy glorious 60th to my father in the Lord, Bishop Peter Mbabacha. We wish you good health, long life and prosperity. Daddy, we love you. Coming from Mavis Wright and family to Bishop Peter Mbabacha. Wishing my dear husband Daniel Asa Kisiedu, of CEO of Compass Prime Limited, a happy 50th birthday. Coming from your wife Kwansima Kisiedu and the children Ohima and Nana Danso. We pray for manifold blessings upon your life as you turn 50 today. Wishing you more decades of happiness, good health and overflow of God's grace and mercy. Enjoy your golden age, sweetie. Nicholas Kofi is wishing Cecilia Adams of My Help Your Health Foundation a happy birthday. And a happy birthday greeting to the incoming MD Julius Kwame Kpekpena, who replaced David Asamoah as acting ECG MD. Coming in from Doris Mensah and the Gaffes community. What a birthday present. Yeah, he was confirmed, I think yesterday also. Well, I suppose so. It's the VRA that's having issues. And we're also hearing customs. Some are asking for the replacement. I mean, there's all kinds of things happening. You know, some are gender, some are genuine. We don't really know. You know, but let's observe something that, you know, almost every
ministry, department of agency has a new leader or new leadership. And for some reason, I'm just taking note of the things they are saying.
Yes, very important.
I listened to the director of Ghana Health Service talk to his staff, and he said, look, here, those of you who know me know that for me, it's hard work. And I don't tolerate like snitching and those kinds of things.
Ghana Health Service snitching.
Yeah, he said something to that effect. Like, if you come to me and say somebody is doing something, I'll call the person and we'll deal with it.
Straight. So
he basically was saying, I'm not here to form cliques. And then he said, we have to work hard. I know a lot of them are talking about integrity. Integrity, which seems to be a big problem. Because if you listen to even Rashid Pelpo when he met his people this week, Dr. Idi, the Ghana Maritime Authority, was quoted in the back page of Graphic. Like, for example, look at what he said about...
change must reflect an approach to
so I feel like a lot of these new leaders, what tends to happen is that, in fact, I had a black was when he met the Foreign Affairs Ministry, and he said, we'll make sure that when your goods are coming in, that duty-free thing, they were all applauding. This is my observation. Everybody wants to make a good impression of the new leader, which is not bad. I think the new leader must show by some definite actions in the first few weeks that he will not tolerate laziness. He's not there to form cliques and clubs. Because for me, I know Ghanaians. We will smile and everything, but Charlie, I feel a lot of people don't really work hard. They want to show face. Like when they see you, like you've run a company before. When you come in, they smile, they open the door, they're very, very delightful. You invite them, they talk. When you are not there, that's the real people. They will not work, they will be watching Facebook, they will be talking. They will waste company resources. Generally, the Ghanaian attitude is not. They don't speak the truth. They are not diligent when they are not being supervised. And I feel that's the main issue with the country. It's not, and it cuts across everywhere. We do. Or is that not called? It's like when the boss is the boss in. Hey, hello, boss. How are you? And if the boss is not discerning, and if the boss does not have a strong sense of self, he tends to gravitate towards those who tell him what he wants to hear.
Most of the time, the political ones fall victim to this.
Yeah, and
most of them.
And this is not even like political national.
Yes,
we are talking about like company politics.
politics.
Yeah. Because for me, one of the things I pray for is to know how to. I'll give you an example. So when we are choosing our topics for the TV show, sometimes you're emotional about the topic.
Yeah.
So yesterday, we finished the morning show and then we're not sure what to do. So I started planning a program.
Yeah.
And I spent like an hour and a half putting the thing together. So we started working on it. Then on the platform, some of you have said, Charlie, this is your topic, go fly. You get it? So, and the thing was like, Charlie, we worked on the thing for 2 hours. It's like 1 o'clock. Some of you have Charlie, bro, this topic, go fly. And the other thing is, you see, when he said it, a lot of people didn't come and defend it. You see, because they were watching to see what I'll say. Then I said, okay, so what do you think? Then back and forth, we got a better topic and we got a really good show. It revealed a lot of things. So Sammy, he can speak truth to power. I said to him, bro, this is your topic to fly. Okay. Now, if I were too emotional about the topic I had picked, I would have said, why won't you fly? Then if they are weak people, they'll say, yeah, Charlie, topic to fly. Bernard, to fly. Yeah, but so it was a test of me, but also, and he's defended his point that the topic go fly. And then Fred and Co said, Charlie, maybe we should do this, that. At the end of the day, we have planned the whole topic. We have to jettison it around whatever time and change the topic. Okay, this is what I'm saying. If you're a leader and you want to succeed, you must know the quality of your people and empower them to tell you the truth. Otherwise, they will tell you what you want to hear and you will fail spectacularly.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's a test I see across sectors.
What do you also make of the optics? The very social media heavy approach to the first month at work by most of the appointees, particularly those at the SOEs. What have you made of that?
I'm in two minds here. So I understand that because of the nature of media consumption, people must tell their story. So if you want to seize the initiative and control the narrative. So like you've met your staff and you've said, we are not going to lose guard. We're going to work hard. We're going to make sure, like maybe I'm head of a hospital and you say whatever you've said. You can do social media to set the tone. But that shouldn't be your playground, because you see, the real work is not the social media. You are right. What a lot of our leaders have decided to now do is that the optics and the PR of leadership is more important than the substance of leadership. Okay, so every 2 things they do, they put it out. Now, I appreciate it when, like, I'll give you an example. Yesterday, Omanibo Ama posted on Facebook and sent it to some group. I'm sure he sent it to people who are media people. Yeah. He said, yesterday, I had a meeting with the interior minister, some of my defense chiefs, about Boko. It was a productive meeting. He put about 5 pictures there, short narrative. That's great. But if, like, every 2 minutes, he does something, he's posting it, that's like, you know, and this is the problem. A lot of people get happy with that. So they start showing, hey, Charlie, I'm working. You know, so everything they do, they put it out. So I think that the real hard work is a thankless job. A lot of people would not see what you do behind the scenes. A lot of these guys think that by doing these social media things, they are letting people know that they are working. Okay, but I think hard work speaks for itself. It's consistency over time. So, you know, and some of these leaders who are social media addicted, is their generation as well. So, so when I interviewed the Ashanti Regional Minister, he said he has a team that does this. He's not a Gen Z, but he's born in 1990 something. Yeah. So the way he understands social media is not the way
Mr. Eden.
No, let me give you a good example. So he's a minister of Ashanti region. Compare him to the minister for labor.
Yeah.
The minister for labor was born in 1968. The minister for Ashanti region was born in 1990 or something. So I can understand why he would like to keep his TikTok followers happy and all of those things. But you know this, that this is not a real world in terms of you look, you can post something and get a lot of likes. That doesn't necessarily mean that there's substance to it. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can, because while there are real people there, the way the conversation plays out is not real.
Yeah.
See how I'm talking to you now. If I'm having this discussion with you on social media and I say a lot of Ghanaians leaders like to do da. Even some of the people who are commenting don't even understand where I'm coming from. So it's not useful conversation. Do you understand? Because a conversation, we are talking because we understand each other. We know where we are. So whilst I appreciate social media conversation, it must be taken for what it is. In the same sense, you cannot measure your leadership by what you put on there, or you cannot tell your full story. So, for example, if you're a minister for education or minister for health, there are metrics we use to judge you. Okay, if you're a DVLA boss, there are metrics. It's not about how many things you put on social. So, how quickly do people get their driver's licenses? How thorough are your checks on people's cars? All right. How many accidents are we reducing because we are insisting that drivers must do the right thing? And those metrics are long-term metrics. So this is a problem. If the leader doesn't have a system, I'm talking about the president now, to know who's working, and because he's not in touch with the reality on the ground, he's looking for
who's liked.
So then it becomes gossip.
Yeah, who has the most likes?
I've heard that. He's sitting there listening to people who are just rumor mongering. So that's the problem with Ghanaians. If the leader is not interested in substance, they will feed him chaff, and he will start making decisions based on chaff. So I think the leader sets the tone. So, and you must have a system of knowing whether your guy is working or not.
Yeah.
So he doesn't need to do Facebook for you to know he's working.
Yeah.
Okay, give him perform. So people keep saying, guys, don't just tell us who's the new CEO. What are their performance metrics? So what outcomes are we expecting? So let's take Agric as a ministry. Eric Opoku is a great guy. We know he likes Agric. In 2-3 years, production of maize. All right, production of millet.
Onion,
the poultry industry. Then that translates. So there's production metrics for him. Then there's also price metrics.
Yes.
So there's distribution. That all of that may not fall in his remit, because if the people cannot bring their food from the farm gate to the market, it may be the roads ministry or something, transport. But the truth is that he needs to look at the chain of production of the products, the distribution of the products, and the affordability of the product. So in 2 years, you can say, since Eric Opoku came, we've seen availability of maize, tomato prices. Okay, so it's not about how many farmer groups he meets and how nice he is when he talks to him. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now the problem is that we as people, we also need to have a sense of measurement of what is the state of education that Haruna met. What are the top 3 things Haruna must do for us to know that he's solving education? So, for example, the issue of history. What is the curriculum looking like after 2 years?
Basic education. What is the state after 2 years?
The support for basic education, has it strengthened the outcomes of... So, people in grade 3, when they take that test, can they read? You may not be able to do that in a year. But if after 4 years, we notice some change in even the way teachers approach teaching. Okay, what we are saying is that it's our job as media to let people know what the main thing is. We shouldn't join the bandwagon of clicks and likes and just looking for fans. Okay, so I don't feel comfortable when media people are always giving fans to political people because they know them.
Yeah.
My job here is not to come and give fans to a politician because I know him. In fact, because if I even know him, it may even affect my judgment for the work. So I don't need to be his friend. What I need to do is to be able to objectively tell him that, bro, when I look at what you are doing, these are the things that we all agreed you are supposed to do. It's not working. Okay, come and explain why it's not working. I don't need you to come and tell me I'm your friend. I don't need to come to you. That's not my work. Fine, we need to manage relations so we can get access to you to talk to you. But that's where it ends. Your job is to, and the other last thing I'll say, Godfred, is happy I've said this. We have to change the conversation from this output-led leadership. We've procured 16,000 bags of fertilizer. We have trained 200,000 farmers. We have, do you understand? They list outputs because it's easy to list an output because outputs can be procurement-led. We are saying we don't care how many bags of fertilizer are distributed. What is the average yield per acre of a rice farm in Ghana? And how has that changed in 4 years? What is the average? Do you understand that point?
Yeah.
So the media has to redefine the question to outcome.
Let me ask you this. There's a message here and perhaps feeds into this. So this one says, Dennis, good morning, Dennis from Adina. He says, I am of the thinking that in Mahama's first run as president, lots of things went unspoken. It was in later years that most of the work he did was exposed by the media, and people questioned why they did not lay emphasis on those things. I think they are deliberately making these things public so that they don't repeat the mistakes from the last time they were in government. But I agree with the fact that the footprints of the administration should reflect the processes and legacy.
I agree with that only partially. If you misdiagnose why Mahama lost 2016, you will not understand what he's doing. I think it's very easy to say he did a lot of things people didn't see. He didn't do well. That's why he was voted out. It's not about... You see, this is the thing we do. We don't go and find out the real reason. Like even MPP now. Oh, our people didn't come and vote. Bro, John Boyd will say, if your people didn't voted, you would have even had worse. It's not about people didn't come and vote. You didn't do well. You see, if you miss that... So Mahama's problem in 2016 was not that he didn't tell any story. Do you get it? So like now he's telling his story. No. You can see his appointments are different. You can see the clarity with when he met his 19 people. If you listen to even that, when he swears in his ministers, do you listen to the things he tells them? Did he used to do that in 2016? 2012? He didn't used to do that. In terms of, in fact, I listened to the last batch. They said, look, we've been voted for by people, not to lord it over them. We are here to work hard. And he said, Ghanaians have had enough of the arrogance. So he's talking about your attitude and he's talking about the code of conduct. Okay. Now, and he's making it very clear. When they set up a committee, they tell them who is in charge and what they are supposed to do. When they set up the 19-member ministerial committee, Valerie Sawyer was the person who responded. You should listen to her response. This is not the good Mahama, nice guy, smiling Mahama guy. Yeah. No. The guy is serious. So what I'm saying is that he has probably properly diagnosed his failure. So don't come and tell me that it's because he didn't do PR. It wasn't a PR problem. It was a governance problem. And this is the problem. If you start telling people that we are not doing enough PR, you hire more social media army to be writing things about you to make you feel good about yourself. You will get the outcome. So MPP, they need to allow the Okwe people to actually do the work. Because Sibotre did work for NDC. He went round, he listened to people. They didn't even share the contents with the public.
The public, yeah.
But I'm sure they went through it and said, Charlie, this thing, we have to change it. what I see with MPP is that people are rushing to explain away the defeat. People didn't come to vote. You can't move from 137 to 88.
People didn't come to vote.
It's more
minority.
It's more
serious than that. Yeah.
So this texter who said,
Dennis.
I don't think Mahama's problem in 2016 was PR or communication. Yeah. There were bad decisions. And the thing is that Ghanaians assimilate and get to a breaking point. So this government now has goodwill. So they will start one or two things. So maybe they go and raid Ken Ofori-Attah's house. They won't say anything. Blah, 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 blah. If they do some of these things frequently, by 2026, 2027, people will start getting angry. Yeah. So they need. So politicians need internal people. I'll tell you one last thing I heard yesterday. I like yesterday.
Tell me.
When they were debating the Ken Ofori-Attah raid. I'm fine. I'm fine. A lot of the MPs were talking in a way that suggests that they are cut off from reality. Yeah. It's like, why do we do this to ourselves?
We are brothers.
When we are not. So John Jinapo said, well, when he in 2017 they raided his house, traumatized his kids, took his phones to London, Then Payimaki will come. Oh, we are brothers. We shouldn't do this. We shouldn't do this. I said, are we trying to say that when politicians leave power or are in power, they shouldn't be held accountable by the people? The only reason we are here as MPs is that people believe in the system. They can't believe in the system if we come here and do scratch your back, I scratch my back. So this appeal to each other, let's help each other, is so wrong. And I was so grateful he said it. It's like, these people think we've paid for you to go and sit there and work for us.
True.
And you are debating the raiding of somebody's house, not because you are in principle against it, but you are saying that why are politicians doing this to each other? So we should do it to each other. You see my point? So, and I think that it was a very important intervention he made. He said, look, we shouldn't create the impression that when people hold power, he says, part of holding each other in high respect is to hold each other accountable for our actions. So if you come, and I'm not saying Mr. Ofori-Attah has done this or that, if you come and you embezzle funds, you should be probed. You find the approach of your probe and the way they should be lawful. But let's not create the impression as if by investigating somebody we are doing this to each other. You get it?
Yeah.
People in political position tend to feel this sense of and he used the word political class. Yeah. Why are we doing this to each other? We are a political class. Why are we doing this to each other? And Apenny Markin is fond of saying things like this. And then his people will be supporting. No, we shouldn't do this. If you don't do it to each other, we will do it to you.
In ways you don't want.
If political leaders don't hold each other account, the people will do it in a way that you cannot control. So it is in their own interest not to be seen to, but to actually hold each other to the highest standards of accountability. Otherwise, when people lose faith in the system, there's no parliament. And if there's no parliament, there's no government. There's no government, you don't have a job. Go and watch videos of what's happening in DRC today. Nobody should think that what we have is some entitlement. How do you protect it? By being true to what the Constitution says. And by not, let me say it in Chi, because I can't say that in English.
Don't play us for fools. Don't take us for fools.
You are the one who translates.
That is.
Yeah. MPs in doing something to we are very, you see, Ghanaians are not stupid.
True.
They watch. Look at a lot of what MPP was doing. Oh, this court, police, and then they'll defend. Where are all the defenders?
Silence.
You see where the thing is. So
they're still defending.
Okay.
No, a lot of them are not. Go on social media. You remember when they started doing the picking of people? Some of the social media people even posting that we won't come and defend you because when we were there, they didn't do anything for us.
Yeah.
Haven't you seen those posts? Yeah. Haven't you seen those posts supposed to carry their own cross? Haven't you seen that?
I've seen a few.
So even in the parties, listen to some of the leaders talking. This is the other problem. When you're in power, they won't talk. This is my challenge. Since they lost power, everybody's talking. Where are all these people? We've heard Sammy Crab. We've heard John Buedu. Everybody's saying, bro, a year ago, people were raising these matters. Or is it because NDC was in opposition? Do you see where we are? Do you think that if there were people in NPP who would have stood Akufo and said, bro, where you are going, where's say party now, man? They branded them all. Where is Reku Brobe? Nyahota Maklo. They branded them against. They said, oh, you are against.
Professional critics.
That's what they said. You see? So it's back to your point about, and it's the leader who sets the tone. If the leader is not interested in truth, as for Ghanaians, they will serve you what you want to, because Ghanaians, they look face past. They will. Even me, I come to the office, security man. Hey, master, how? They'll come and take your bag.
Boss.
Can't I carry my bag? Can't take your bag? Open the door for you. Then you walk slowly, foolishly, and go and sit down as if you are some big boss, just because you are the general manager. You are not wise. They open the door. Why should you open the door for me to come and sit down? Don't I have hands? Why can't I carry my own bag? You see? So the thing is that we, the leaders, we ourselves, we don't have a strong sense of who we are. And we start letting let me give you a last example. When people enter a position, they let the position define how they treat people. So now that he's not honorable, he's not at ease with himself. You see, I watch some of our politicians, even in power, they are very easy to approach because they are not defined by their position. Now a lot of people are uncomfortable not having the power because he doesn't know whether when he comes, they will still greet him. People should greet you not because you are minister, because you are a respected and honorable human being. So me, I'm not general manager. Me, I'm a Losky. When you meet me, you know who I am. Fine, I can use general manager to do one or two things to help you. But when we are talking outside and we are discussing a topic, is it because I'm the general manager? Now, I'm doing that because I realize I need the sense and the wisdom of the people around me. And I want them to be real. Because when they start seeing me as GM, Charlie Yafen, you did form. Like yesterday, I would have done a very wrong show if it wasn't for Samir Yafi. You get it? So, Akoto, the problem is that we don't train people in leadership to know that their position is not you. Now, former MPs are calling you, texting you.
You mean those who otherwise wouldn't pick your calls?
And I'm not calling you because I want to be your friend. This is the thing. When a journalist calls you, he either wants information, not even on air, he just wants context. They won't pick your call. And all kinds. Now when they call, hey bro, how can we come on there? I said, look, me, I don't have any problem with you. It wasn't that I needed anything from you. So I know the cycle. Which is why I tell journalists, don't be stupid. Don't let a politician use you. Because he's not interested in you because he wants to be your friend. He wants to use you to achieve his aim. So you know, thinking that he's your friend because he picks your call, you are not correct. You see? Because now he's in a position, he's calling you.
A lot.
He should call you, fine. But you can't use me to plot your agenda. Because me, I have an agenda better than your own. Me, my agenda is bigger. I'm thinking about the country and my listeners, and I'm thinking about you. So fine, when our objectives meet, transparency, interview, we can do it. But if you're going to allow somebody to, and you think you are so smart, no, agenda for me. No. So Charlie, politicians, we will pick your calls. When you're in the position, we are okay. Those in power, if you pick, we don't have a problem. Me, I'll call you. I don't. It's not by force. Look, if you don't even look, we've done it. Have we spoken for 20 minutes? Have I interviewed anybody?
No.
I decided a long time in my life that I won't be a servant of any politician when it comes to show. So I built a platform where even if they don't come, I'll still do my program. And I'm happy. I have you and guys. If they come, good. If they don't come, we move. You get it? Because negotiating an interview can make you compromise many things. So we have to also build buffers into the system. You know this. You're a journalist. Sometimes they'll bend over backwards and things. So Charlie, let's be leaders who actually understand our work. So that all these nice speeches they are given, 2025 January, let's test this by 2026 and see if all this initial gragra they are saying. I pray.
I am with you on that. You know, I've decided to just sit back and watch for a while and see how it ends up. A lot of nice things being said, a lot of people showing up. I'm not very comfortable with the very conscious, choreographed social media engagements that are being put out there to sound bites being put out in a certain way. You know, I'm sure it serves a purpose, but I think people also need to understand that one is fine. I mean, to set a tone. After that, focus on the work. But I'm observing, and it looks like some of them have come with the agenda that they'll be doing social media work rather than their work.
Yeah. And because the funds will be given, they'll be getting funds online.
Let us put them on notice this morning. Yeah. Stop. Otherwise, we'll start mentioning your name every week.
Yeah. The other thing you can also do is you can also give them performance targets. What is expected of them, and keep reminding them. You can do your social media. If after 2 years poetry production has not improved, you haven't done anything. Do you understand? So we have to define what the expectation is. Social media bleeds or not.
And those who have been giving their bags to people to hold to, they should stop. Stop giving your bags.
People come and actually ask for the bag. Sometimes they want to collect the bag from you.
No. You hold your own bag. If you can ride a bike from Accra to Savelugu, you can hold your own bag from East Legon to Jowulu.
But sometimes before you come out of the car, you collected the bag.
No, hold the bag. You hold the bag.
It's very important.
You see, let us not create that impression that the only thing your hands are good for is your phone and your handshake.
It's big manism.
No, we don't need a big man. I'm saying if you can ride a bike by yourself from here to Savelugu, that you're not a big man there. And it wasn't too long ago. You can certainly hold your bag in the morning when you're going to work. Hold your bag and go.
I love this example.
Check a social media trends
his
next.
arms to be typing and things.
He's walking from the car to the office and the security man is
holding
back.
Let's not make on the minus. Check a social media trends is next. And it's brought to us by who?
It's brought to us by First Bank Ghana. And tell you so, First Bank Ghana says if you're sending money to our West African neighbors, Gambia, Nigeria, Guinea, Liberia, and Sierra Leone, it's very easy through the Pan-African Payment and Settlement Systems PAPS. You can send money and receive same for business and personal purposes. If you want to send money, come with your cash to any of our branches nationwide and it's transferred in no time. To receive money, you need an account with us. So please call us on 0596 921 921 to find out more. Telecel says switch to Telecel fixed broadband today. Experience incredible bonuses, non-expiry bundles, data transfers across devices, and lots more. For our new customers, you will get 50% bonus data in addition to other mind-blowing offers. For existing customers, we have 300% bonus data on every broadband renewal to keep you browsing. So subscribe to us now. Dial star 900 hash. Use the Telecel Play app. Visit a Telecel retail outlet or telecel.com.gh to get connected. Terms and conditions apply. Telecel, connecting energies.
Susu Graham is joining us with Tech and Social Media Trends. What's trending, Susu?
Well, the big news is obviously the announcements by the special prosecutor about the former finance minister, Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta. So Ken Ofori is written as Ken Ofori, is the top of the trend. So you have other things related to that, the OSP, special prosecutor, and Kisi Ajabeng, finance minister. Jakba is also trending. So there's a lot to do with that whole case. You know, the invasion of his house, his fugitive status. So that's like the big thing.
I have a small concern with that one, Balowski.
We can deal with it when we finish the segment.
Because it has been mentioned in the segment.
Yeah, it's all part of the
yeah.
So then we have other stuff. Independence Day is also trending. So the news that we will not be doing our usual Independence Days. Yes, we are doing a smaller kind of a smaller ceremony at the Jubilee House, a small gathering of people at the Jubilee House to celebrate Independence Day. So some people are like, this is a good idea, you know, we are trying to save money. Some people also think that Independence Day should never be touched. It should always go on. So divided opinions, but I think generally a lot of people are more in favor of saving the money and having a more low-key Independence Day. And a little bit of football, of course. We had the last Merseyside derby at Goodison Park, and that overshadowed the Champions League. So the Champions League is not really in the trends, but Everton.
But the Champions League were not in proper matches.
Oh, there were matches. Usually, you see
Feyenoord versus Monaco were a match.
Feyenoord versus Milan.
Charlie.
One more Champions League than you.
Show
some respect.
They spoiled the league by what they've done.
But yeah, so
this thing they've done is
but Everton Liverpool was the main trend, of course.
Proper game.
Michael Oliver is also in the trends for some of his decisions.
Every time.
You know, and as we honest, I think that Anis Law's red card was the funniest one, because if you see it,
he looked so shocked.
He gave so he's kind of after the game. If you watch closely, when Ducore is walking past, Anis Law goes and grabs Oliver's arm and shakes it. So I think the handshake was a bit,
sarcastic handshake.
Exactly. So Michael Oliver gave him a red card.
For what?
For the handshake was a bit aggressive. He kind of grabbed the referee.
He's not serious.
So so as far as I know, Annie Slot got a red card. His assistant got a red card. Corey got a red card. Curtis Jones got a red card. So red cards all around. And
a bad way to end the thing.
A very exciting match all the same.
Yeah, 2-2.
So that's what's in the trends right now. And for tech news, just to get my tech news up, sorry about that. So Elon Musk says his AI Grok 3 is about to come out. It's in the final stages. So if you've used Twitter recently, you might notice that sometimes under your tweets there's a kind of question to give you context to the tweets. That's the Grok chatbot, which has been integrated in Twitter. But now Elon Musk says Grok 3 is coming, and it's becoming.
I thought he wanted to buy.
Yes, he wanted to buy OpenAI because he said they started becoming a for-profit, and that's not what they are meant to do. So he wants to stop them. But he has his own AI called XAI, and their main product is Grok.
We have too much money.
Elon Musk is worrying. They worry you.
We have too much money.
You see, right now, he's
2 days ago he went.
Right now, he's even branched into auditing. So he's enjoying life.
We have too much money.
Anyway, that was Tech and Show Me That.
We don't want to get to that point. So we have too much money.
I tell you.
I don't know what to do.
Just causing problems.
You're looking for a bank to rely on. Let me give you a shoulder to lie on. Wouldn't we say to bank baby? No lie, only one place where I get my eye on. Make I introduce you all to First Bank, the best services in the world, first rank. Customer service, everything is well planned. I make music, I travel, I sell land. They be my reserve tank. Cause every time I know my money's safe. Universal banking ain't in me here on the date. I'm a busy person, me no many time to wait. Now I got to Spain, even when I'm in the States. My me blue shirt. But tell me office a chilly, but who cares? Cause I bank with the best. I'm lucky, I'm too blessed. When it comes to First Bank, it's too west. Everything is you first.
Nobody feed do I'm like us. Do I'm like us. First Bank we treat you first. Treat you first. Somebody see yeah. Think about you first. Think about you first.
You first. First Bank. Auntie T, I beg, fix me go betete Ghana. No gari, no oil, no plantain, just beans then eggs.
Hey, bruh, that be dangerous combination, no?
Problem no day. I feel handle am.
For Telecel, with the Bob say everybody gets what they like. That be why Made For Me bundles day. Based on your usage, if you get your own data and call packages, falla! Made For Me bundles like the way you the want town. That *530#, then buy Made For Me bundles today.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This March, we invite you to splash in the pool of cultural expressivity and soak yourself in the celebration of indigenous authenticity in our Heritage Month. Join us for the Heritage Month launch on Friday, February 28th, as we kick off a month of unforgettable experiences. Pack your bags for the Heritage Caravan, a week-long adventure across Ghana from March the 2nd to the 9th. Discover the beauty and history of our land.
An opportunity to see Ghana in a more beautiful, and the people, the connection.
Savor the flavors at the Back to Your Village Food Festival, a culinary extravaganza on March 29th and 30th.
The millet tozafi, the corn tozafi, we have the tubani, we have the wache, we have the dawadawa jollof rice. We also serve the local northern beverages. That's pito and zonko.
Taste the essence of Ghana.
The first one I was here, the second one I was here, the third one I was here, this one and the fourth one. And it's not just a bazaar, it's a festival now. And I'm so excited because this is what we should be doing.
Tune in to the Heritage On Air series on 97.3 Citi FM and Channel 1 TV. Each week, delve into what makes us Ghanaians.
The Owusu is a general account name. It's Dev's character. Owusu. So that is why the appellation is Owusu Eduam. You see, when an Ashanti is Eduam, it means something that belongs to him. So devil's character, he comes to you and grab you as if you belong to him.
Explore our places of interest, feel the rhythm of our music, journey through our religious history, and indulge in indigenous Ghanaian food. Join us to celebrate our heritage this Heritage Month, where every moment is a story. Only on Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM.
Let's Mensa Saba, Bagrant, Sagin Ajete, and all who.
There is love at Orca Deco this Valentine's season. We've got lovely discounts on selected home furniture and accessories. Enjoy 20% off exclusive furniture, decor, accessories, and many more. Orca has everything to make your sweetheart feel truly special. Set the mood and experience the art of living this Valentine at Orca from now until 16th February. Visit Orca Deco on the Spintex Road before everything runs out.
Did you know that worms take away nutrients from the food you eat? Just listen to them.
Brothers, yesterday the food nice, huh?
Oh yeah, the choba woman there, she did try wa.
Charlie, something come on, eat food.
It did taste like banana.
Make a taste some. Make me try a taste, make a taste. Hey, something is doing me.
Something is doing me too.
Oh, it be Vermox.
Vermox banana flavored dewormer is available in both suspension and tablet and is suitable for children and adults. It's good for you, bad for worms. Not recommended for children under 2 years and pregnant women. This advert is FDA approved.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
My level up.
It's back.
Maybe today I don't get nothing, but tomorrow I go get something. And I go buy the motor for mama. But the enemy won't worry me. I go show all of them tragedy. No be today, we start to. So if I sing my song, if I keep on for long, because you don't know that day, oh Jesus Christ, he go come. So if you see me today, I know my love, oh my love. Anybody publish a pen today, I know my love, oh my love. The time I waka yo, I mean I get from my bed, lonely story. The time I buy my Toyota, Flossy, Kamakebenyana. What a lovely story. I don't need this life, yo, because I got my Bible, yo. Because the blessings I get from the Most High is so great, though. So if you see me today, I know my love, oh my love. Anybody publish a pen today, I know my love.
30 minutes past 8. And do you know your level? That's Shatawale on the Citi Breakfast Show. Are you a tertiary or high school graduate looking for employable skills to launch a tech career? So Co-Train Africa, Ghana's premier software and design training program, empowering hard-working people to take their place in the global tech space. We prepare you for the real world with not just coding, but its practical bootcamp helps you work on real-life projects, solve problems for both local and international companies. With a 90% job placement rate within 6 months of graduation, we've trained over 700 software engineers so far. Call 054-5792-397 or go to codetrainafrica.com for more information. And this Valentine, Africa World Airlines is giving you some great offer. Simply follow our social media pages and create a 30-second video of yourself singing the chorus of the Africa World Airlines jingle. Post it with the hashtag FlyAWA Sing Out. Tag us and send it to us on any of our social media handles. We'll feature it on our page. Now here's the thing. The top 3 videos with the highest likes, comments and views will each win a free ticket to any of Africa World Airlines flight destinations. So get creative, sing your heart out, and let's make this Valentine's Day unforgettable with Africa World Airlines. Call us on 0800 200 200. And Volkswagen wants to be part of every moment in the life of every great man or woman. We want to be there when you start your new family, when you arrive on time for that important social gathering, when hasting to resolve an emergency, when you receive that big idea during rush hours in the city. We have the new Terramont, which will carry all your special moments in its renowned, spacious 7-seater 3.6-liter V6 petrol engine, producing a power of up to 280 horsepower. Selling at 712,000 CDs. Call or WhatsApp 025-796-6688 for more information about our new range of models. We also have the Virtus, the T-Cross, the T1, the Allspace, the Terramont, and the Amarok pickup. Terms and conditions apply. Volkswagen, rise and thrive.
And if you're ready to drive innovation and take the next step in your career, apply for Ashesi University's master's programs, which combine world-class education with African relevance. Regardless of your career aspirations, an Ashesi master's program equips you with the skills, ethics, and network to lead boldly. Applications are open for our 2025 cohorts. Learn more at ashesi.edu.gh. If you are looking for litigation-free land, please contact Royal Kingdom Estate. They specialize in land acquisition, construction, design, property management, and so much more. They have properties in prime areas like Accra and Abri. Land starts at 90,000 cedis. There are flexible payment plans, affordable homes ranging from 2 bedrooms, premium furnished apartments for short rentals available in East Airport. Visit Cantonments, where our office is opposite Soul Clinic International School. 055 755 909 is the number to call. Alternatively, 0272 778880. Info at Royal Kingdom Estate is our email address. Royal Kingdom Estate, building communities, nurturing dreams.
Before we jump into the issue, when was the last time you dewormed? It's highly recommended that you do this frequently. Now, Vermox banana flavored dewormer from Johnson & Johnson gets rid of worms. Available in both tablet and suspension, suitable for both adults and children. And it's available. You can reach 055-631-9624. It's not recommended for children under 2 years and for pregnant women. This advert is FDA approved. All right. Now, what I wanted to do was to just summarize yesterday and then give you some highlights.
Okay, summarize.
So I think I saw a message around 11 p.m. that the house of the night before that the house of Kenu Furiata had been raided by people in military uniform. It later emerged that it was led by Richard Jakba. That's the photo that came out. And indeed, when the matter was debated in Parliament, the majority just said, well, it was Jakba who led the team, but he doesn't know why. Now, then the Herald had written a story yesterday accusing the OSP of being the people doing the raid. They denied it flatly. They actually said it was a staged raid. Now, it's worrying for me in a sense that the way the OSP was very clear that it was a raid, it means that they didn't know who was doing it. Which is strange because they had planned a press conference already for the yesterday 10 o'clock to give us an update on this matter.
Yeah, they had pre-informed us.
Good. So to have a raid the night before your announcement of whatever I want to say about Kenu Furiata, I think is counterproductive to that cause. Which is why they said it was not from their side. And they defended it throughout. Even when in the evening I interviewed Samit Aku, they kept saying it was propaganda, whatever. Now the problem is the person leading the raid from the video or the screen grab is a person of interest in terms of the Atu forcing case.
Yes.
Okay, and we understand he was part of the NDC security team or something. Now during the debate in Parliament, initially one MP accused the NDC of using soldiers to terrorize people. Then the majority said no, the guy is not a soldier, he's a former soldier, but he knows that he works with a national security outfit.
In what capacity?
They say special operations. This is the reports that have been coming out.
So that's the question.
You see, my small issue is we need certainty of process.
Exactly.
Whatever happened at Ken's residence yesterday, the day before, the question would ask is that standard protocol? If they were looking, if the same incident was with Caleb, is that the same process that would be followed? If it were me, is that the same process that would be followed? If it were Bernard, is that the same process? For some of these things, there has to be clarity because we have laws. If you go to court, you have to show a chain of process or procedure. You have to show a chain of evidence in a certain way. Those things matter.
Yeah.
Who sent you? What were your orders? As at 6th January, Mr. Jakwa was a civilian. When was he employed into national security? Sworn
before
in,
the
trained,
the
issued a letter.
Man issue, because he's the one who was opening the containers. Just for context.
No, but
for the supplement issue as well.
Yes.
So you're saying that he was for national security?
Because he was the one. He was.
But
in
is there
videos.
clarity on his role?
I'm just giving context.
Yes, we understand that.
I don't. This is what I'm saying. The reports are saying he's in charge of special operations. This is what I've heard.
Hold on to me. Hold on. The question I'm saying is, as at 6th January, Mr. Jakwa was a civilian. Today is the 13th of February. He's led 2 operations.
Yes. High profile
ones. So we can assume that in the period since he has applied to national security, he has been accepted, he has been posted and heads a unit. Let us know which unit he heads. 2, I'm very, 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 very uncomfortable. And Dr. Maneboama made mention of this during his vetting, with the use of military in civilian processes. By all means, go and search for Kenoforiata and whatever documents you are looking for. There is CID. There is Financial Intelligence Center. There is IOCO. There are all kinds
There's even FPU.
There's FPU. There is the SWAT. Office of the Special Prosecutor. There is SWAT.
All kinds.
All of who form the FPU anyway.
Yes.
Who can be used to conduct a search.
Why do you go and bring military people?
You do not. Why do we need? So far, last time I checked, and I took my international relations class seriously, and I know what I majored in when I sat in that class, and I was a very good student. You can ask any of my lecturers.
We know. You don't need to skip.
I'm just saying. Soldiers are not trained in those endeavors.
Oh.
But the people at IOCO are.
Yep.
The CID of the Ghana Police Service are.
Exactly.
FIC is. The NIB itself is. In fact, even if there are military officers assigned to the NIB, a search is not what they are trained in.
Correct.
So we need an established process where we know that, in fact, if I am coming to look for something in your house, I know that I need a warrant. The last time we interviewed a policeman or a lawyer, the lawyers can help us. Can the police just enter your house and search your house? There has to be a certain kind of conversation, because if whatever they find without due process, if it gets to court, it does not hold.
Yep.
And ultimately, it is the success of the prosecution
that people are
that
interested in.
We are interested in.
Not
it is not the performance. It is the success of the prosecution, not the performance. But we seem to have invested a lot in the performances.
The showmanship.
Which in the end does not manifest in successful prosecutions, because you would check and the processes are not lawful in the way that our constitution has directed.
Then you even abort the whole process.
In the way these things are being done, I want to express a bit of caution.
Yeah.
That perhaps we need clarity of process in these things. We need to know who is who. Because if the person is happy to show his face on camera, the person no longer works under anonymity. So can it be clarified for us? Since January 7th, Mr. Jakwa's role has changed. Mr. Jakwa is in charge of ABCD. Because when the NIB boss was named, they put his picture there. When his reassignations were done, we saw it, 20 people. We don't know who else has been moved where.
Exactly. That's a very important point. Yeah.
These things are clear. We know who runs operations security at the presidency. We know who his deputy is.
Yeah.
These are all key security roles. And it is important we know, because these are people who have powers and access to security apparatus that normally they should not have. And that should be used with caution. You understand? You don't just give... It should not be possible for an individual to get up from behind his desk and call 7 soldiers and say, follow me, let's go. It should not be possible in any proper civilized country.
So the question then is, what role do these soldiers play in the national security apparatus?
I'm saying even if they are on secondments there, the thing that we saw at Ken's house, there are 1 million other units in this country that are trained specifically
to do that thing.
If you are looking for evidence, unless they were not looking for evidence.
We don't even know what they were looking for.
Yes.
They said they were doing room-to-room search, looking for Ken Ofori-Atta. This is the reports that they were doing.
Is that what they have said? Or that's what the people have said?
This has been reported in the media.
No. Let's deal with
it. I'm just saying.
It doesn't make sense because.
I know it doesn't. I'm just saying this is the only thing that's been given. This is the only information that's been given.
You see, I think it's important because you see, the OSP say they had nothing to do with what happened in the house.
Yes.
It seems to me the people who went to the house probably didn't even know what the OSP was doing. Because if OSP is writing to somebody to come to Ghana from the US
and getting a response from their lawyers,
going to his house the night before
to look for him
does not make any sense if it is the person they are looking for. Unless they're looking for documents.
So it look more like the afternoon from the CCTV.
And the other question is that
pictures.
this is the question that needs to be answered. If the people were working with OSP, then OSP lied. If the people are not working with OSP, are they doing double investigation? Do you get the premise? So on every level it's wrong. Because OSP says this is staged, which means that he says I was not part of it. Now, will Ken stage a raid in his house with Jakpa? I don't think so. So that point is thrown out. So now let's say it was not staged. Let's still assume that OSP say they didn't know anything about it, and that is true. Does that mean that the national security people are raiding Mr. Ofori-Atta's house at the same time, coincidentally, that OSP is looking for him? So isn't there a central? I do know that in certain areas of security and intelligence,
you
don't share. But I think it will be quite concerning that for a 10:30 press conference to talk about Ken Ofori-Atta, as at 10 p.m. the night before, people enter his house with a raid and there's no link and there's no sharing of information. Who is coordinating this? Who is in charge? It doesn't sound. There's something missing off. There's something off here.
Yeah, so
there's something off about it, and I think these are early things that need to be nipped in the bud quickly before it starts becoming a trend in the way governance is done, because people voted out the MPP for such things, not going to be replaced by this level of what appears to be
intimidation.
Exactly, which is why I always say that things like this should be accompanied by statements.
Clearly,
a simple statement saying on the night of 11th February,
officers of ABC
comprising this, that
went there
to do this idea that you can do something and you will not tell us anything you are doing. That's impunity. So I am saying to the president that if he actually is serious about this so-called impunity and arrogance, this is how it manifests itself. To enter a citizen's house, you don't explain anything to the public. The CCTV footage of the people, they are holding guns, and that's the end of it.
And they are walking around his house.
Yeah, that's not right. Okay, even the raid on the containers, I think the honest thing to do was to issue a statement.
We still don't have information.
What we have is a video was sent out and we're told, or some narration was given. You see, the reason you need a statement is that a statement clears all doubt about who is in charge of something. So you can't show us a video of 12 20-foot containers containing gold and fake currency with a narration that some alleged is being looked for. There has to be a proper statement. Is it a BNI operation? Is it national security? Is it just that otherwise?
Well, the same man has been in both videos, so
that's the point.
Assume that
we can't work with assumptions.
Yeah. But I'm saying because you've seen the same person, we can know that he is the person we need to.
And you know what's troubling? While all this is going on, people go to a voting center the day before. You see, this is the problem I have. If you want to show that you have the power of state to cause law and order,
you don't need to see.
You are voting for a Council of State membership, 86 voters in a public place like the Kumasi Ashanti Regional Coordinating Council, with dozens of people, with lots of police there. Then you have about 30 people storm the place, scatter ballots, chase people out, and then you tell us that you are on a manhunt for the people.
Who overpowered your men?
You see how the illogicality of the whole thing works.
200 policemen, they were now on the manhunt for the people after the fact.
And the thing is captured on camera. The question is, what kind of intelligence went into the policing? Now I'm told they brought a certain caliber of police people who couldn't engage those guys. All right? Because some of the people there said, they brought a lot of younger, this may sound not correct, but female police people who didn't look that experienced to deal with the level of aggression that people brought there. Now, we are not saying they should meet fire with fire. But obviously,
you could have contained.
You get it. So now they've transferred the Ashanti Regional Police Commander back to Accra and replaced him. Is that the solution? Is there a full inquest? We are told the regional minister has asked for a full investigation. Will there be consequences? This is how you begin to chip away from good governance. All right? You need to, you see, this is what the final point before I move on.
Yeah.
Instead of telling people, giving them nice speeches when you are swearing them in or when you take your first day in office, use your first 2 weeks to let people know you are serious by sacking or punishing tomfoolery. If you do that, they'll say, this guy is serious. You see, because everybody can give a nice speech. If you want us to take you seriously, that you are not going to tolerate some things, deal with the guys who want to do that thing, that disruption. Let them naturally, we're in a new era. This is the reset you are talking about. But don't allow them to keep, because they keep going to places and disrupting things, and all you keep doing is issuing statements. It tells you are not serious with fighting the lawlessness.
There's a message, who's also trying to say that there are all kinds of units seconded to. We've already made that point. We know that there are units seconded, John, that there are units that are seconded to national security. But what the point I'm making this morning is, when you see a soldier, we don't use soldiers for those kinds of things. You see, we've become so used to seeing soldiers operating in civilian jurisdictions so much so that we feel we use soldiers as much as we use the police in Ghana. It is not normal, people.
It was even debated in Parliament yesterday.
It is not. Look, let me tell Ghanaians this morning. It is not normal.
It's not right.
Go to any right-thinking country. You don't see soldiers operate the way our soldiers operate in Ghana. It is not normal.
Facts.
No proper country operates like that. Let us not think
let's
not normalize this behavior. There are people who, if they have been seconded, we bring soldiers as a last resort, not when we are looking for human beings. And
it was debated on the floor, and they even spoke about. So one of the MPs then said, "How come the chair of the EC also had soldiers with her?"
Yes,
it was debated like 10 minutes, and they were basically going back and forth around. Sometimes there's the necessity to add that, and maybe we can play you the excess of that debate. But there was the MP for Bole Bamboy, then there was the MP for Bimbila, the former defense minister, and then the majority and minority that also joined the debate about the use of soldiers in these operations. So it's not actually we who are saying it. The only thing was that yesterday the debate degenerated into equalization. It didn't really get to the bottom of the matter of why were we using soldiers in this operation.
I just want to touch on something Godfred said, that if you study international relations, one of the things they teach, and security and that kind of stuff, one of the things they teach you is that a sign of a failing democracy is soldiers doing the work of police. Because it means that the government is at war with the civilians, because soldiers are used for war. So if they are doing the work of police, it means that the relationship between the government and the civilians has broken down. That's why you are seeing soldiers doing the work of police. Police are supposed to keep security of civilians. Soldiers are meant to keep external security or terrorists, that kind of stuff. They are basically used for armed conflict. So when you see soldiers, it's a bad sign for any country if their soldiers are doing the work of police. So what Godfred is saying is very important. It shouldn't be normalized. It shows that there's a problem with the way security is in our country.
And to support your point about optics, you know, you asked a very funny question about optics. It's not good for the optics. All right, now let's get into the legalities. So I had 3 people on the point of view yesterday, more like 2.5, because I had 2 guests and then one also joined. Let me start with the Minsha South MP, Nana J. Bafwebua. He took issue with the approach of the special prosecutor and what he considers to be the media happiness of the OSP in doing his work.
The era where there was this whole abuse of power is far gone. Our laws must be made to work. Bernard, whether the man is present or not, the question we need to all ask ourselves is what stage is the OSP in terms of his investigations? Is he considering Ken Ofori-Atta as an accused person or a person of interest? That is he done with his investigation such that he has established that there's a prima facie charge against Ken Ofori-Atta? You see, Ghana is the creation of law, and we must respect the law. It doesn't matter whether you hate the person, whether in your imagination you think that the person has committed an offense. It doesn't matter. We must, begin to enjoy the fruits of the fight we all pursued before 1992, which is that even the worst of criminal that the person that you've even seen
caught red-handed
committing an offense must be taken through due process of law and not an imagination of somebody. Otherwise, we risk going into the very era that we all wanted to avoid. We must, let me repeat, begin to enjoy the fruits of the battle we all waged before the promulgation of the 1992 Constitution, which is that let rule of law prevail. You see, you can say procurement breaches, whatever you want to talk about. At the end of the day, right, the question is, has anybody established a prima facie case against Ken Ofori-Atta? If no prima facie case has been established against him, you only need him to assist you with your investigation. Can you proceed with the investigations with or without him? In any event, he will come and write a statement, right? Other people, there are other actors around. He's not the only person necessary for the investigations because there are other people around. The contract was signed by somebody. The procurement processes, whether or not it took place, is obvious, right? PPA is there, and so on and so forth. And so, if you need him for the investigation, that would be different. If you don't need him for the investigation, that's also different. If you need him for the investigation, he's not available. Charge him. There's a procedure for charging a person under our laws. Even when the person is absent, there's a procedure. Otherwise, people who leave the shores of this country, right, will go scot-free. It is not for nothing that somebody like Sedina Temaklo, even in her absence, right, the processes still went on. She was convicted and she was sentenced in absentia, right? And so let the law work. That's the problem I've always had with the OSP. It's the same thing he did in the case of Charles Bisu. Right? He gets frustrated with the court processes. So he thinks that the trial in the media works for him. Right? But that is not the Ghana we all dreamt.
Let me get you clear. You're saying that even in the absence of Mr. Ofori-Atta, the OSP, depending on what he believes Mr. Ofori-Atta has done, can proceed with whatever he wants to do.
Yes.
Without being stalled by his absence.
So let me ask you. So what is the status of Ken Ofori-Atta as far as the OSP's investigations are concerned? Has he charged him? Is he a person of interest? So what power does he even have to declare him wanted without recourse to the court of law? Ghana is a country of the creation of law. We must respect the laws of this country. It's the same thing he did with Charles Bisu. Let me tell you. He had come out, made the media in Ghana believe that he had procured an order for arrest. And so there was a whole broadcast in this country that he had procured an order for arrest. When we went to court, he denied the existence of the order for arrest. It was on that basis that the judge made the order for interim injunction. Subsequently, he says there's no order for arrest. There's no order for arrest. There's no order for arrest. Because he's aware that sitting in his office, he doesn't have the power. He must go to the district court to procure an order for arrest.
But can he not summon a person to appear before his investigators regarding allegations?
Oh, he can.
So is it not in that context that he's declaring the man wanted, that he wants the man to appear to assist in investigations, and the man is not availing himself.
Look, under the Constitution of Ghana, you have a right not to incriminate yourself.
Okay.
Are you aware? And so that is why when a policeman confronts you on a matter, he reads to you your caution statement that you have the right to remain silent. Otherwise, anything that you say will be used against you in a court of competent jurisdiction. What it simply means is that even if I appear in your office, I can choose not to talk. And so invariably, you don't need me to proceed with your investigations because I cannot speak to incriminate myself. So the presence of Ken Oforiatta in the office of the special prosecutor is not necessary.
It's neither here nor there in your
It's
view.
neither here nor there. If you have done your own investigations without his assistance and you form the view that there is a prima facie case against him, charge him.
Even without speaking to him?
Charge him.
On the face of the evidence you've gathered?
Yes, that is why we say prima facie, on the face of the charge. Right? Because when he appears before you, he can choose to keep quiet. Okay, so are we saying that if he keeps quiet, you cannot charge him?
I get you.
Is that what you are saying? And so if he can keep quiet, then you don't need his presence.
But assisting in investigations may not only be in talking. It could also be in asking you to provide some information, whether maybe documents.
Go to court. Procure an order. When he appeared before us, did he say that he has procured an order of the court for him to produce a certain document or material?
Interesting.
That he cannot find him to enforce that order of the court?
So in your view, what is he doing? What is the OSP doing with this?
It is just the normal public show he has always embarked upon. It is
that how, but you've cited only one. You've cited only one example.
We saw Cecilia Adapa. He gets frustrated when he goes to court and lawyers come to face him. He thinks that whenever he has to prosecute a matter, a lawyer shouldn't even stand in front of him.
Is that what he has told you?
You see, if he walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, then it is a duck. It is a...
So that was MP for Menchia South Nana Jeba for now. The Director for Strategy and Communications of the OSP, Sami Dako, dismissed claims that the OSP is seeking public sympathy, labeling such assertions as propaganda, and he maintained that the criminal case against former Finance Minister will proceed in his absence, insisting that Ken Oforiatta appears to be evading investigations.
Ghana is a country that we have so many laws, but we don't have efficient laws.
Forgive me. We'll get the right cue for you in a second. All right, so there's some technical issue there. All right, so maybe let me do Martin Kpebu's audio before I come to the Sami Dako one. So Martin Kpebu was the first person I spoke to on the program. He even thinks the OSP delayed. They should have moved faster. So here is his comment.
Doing, and then it comes into 2025. If Arsenio Markin is to be believed, he says the first time OSP wrote asking Oforiatta to show up was in January 2025, that 22nd January. That's what Arsenio Martin stated on the floor of Parliament. That that was the first time OSP had asked for Oforiatta. Why such a long time? When we all know that in September 2023, OSP started recruiting a lot of investigators and other staff. There are over 200. So let's say that even if just 200 took up the appointment, even if we say 180, okay, that's a lot. So how come you delayed? And let me put in another fact so that you see that OSP has unduly delayed. Even for us, CSOs, you see, Media Foundation for West Africa, CDD, etc., right? They came to me and we sued in August of 2024. So we, even looking at KPMG report, etc., we're able to sue in August. August is the 8th month, right? Yeah, and now this is January. So more than 5 months ago, we were able to sue. All this while, what was OSP doing? What were they doing? Me, I'm inundated. The way I struggled with that brief, trying to sue SML, GRA, etc. So one of my juniors, Enyonam Abuchi, so it's just second year at the bar, had to do a lot of the work. Yeah, had to do a lot of it. We're struggling. Private persons, this breach, there is not money to make from them. It's for God and country. We struggled and struggled, and we're able to sue in August of 2024. OSC that has staff of over 200. What were they doing? So I mean, to be honest, I'm not impressed.
Martin, yours, I'm sure, was a civil matter. This would be criminal, and the standard of proof, is different, and it may require that he does, a more thorough job before coming up, against a figure like the former finance minister. But be that as it may, I mean, they say better late than never. I'm sure, we are all expecting to see how that process continues or how that process pans out. Now that he has made a pronouncement, Ken Ofori-Atta is not in the country. Can prosecutions actually start without his presence? And what becomes the state of the investigation now that he's not around? Can't we do the investigation virtually? Can't we do anything like that?
Well, it all depends on the facts. So the answer I'm going to give is based on the facts in the public domain. So if it turns out that we don't have the facts, then the facts we have and are using are wrong, then the answer can be wrong. So this is the thing. What you are talking about, trial in absentia. Yes, he can only be tried in absentia if there is evidence that at the time he left, criminal proceedings had begun. Okay? Yes, if they had begun. Because sometimes taking even a caution statement, let's say if you invited him to OSC and took, statements, etc., that's not sufficient. That's still investigation. It's not every investigation that will result in a trial. You see, so you have to see that there was a trial that had begun. Even arraignment, just taking the first time there. Even if they had filed the charges and he had been served, but he had not yet appeared in court, then that one you make a clear case that yes, he knew there was a criminal case against him and he went. So you can do trial in absentia. But this one that is from what, that's why I say, please, I'm basing everything on Afenyo Makin. Afenyo Makin is saying that on the floor of Parliament, he said 22nd February was the first time.
22nd January.
Oh, sorry, did I say February? Oh, my apologies. 22nd January was the first time OSC was looking for Ofori-Atta to come and answer. I beg, OSC needs to come clear on this. Is that the case? If it is, I will be more upset, extremely upset. Yes, I get your point that this is a criminal matter, but KPMG did an audit. Yes, I know, criminal matter, etc. But some of it's not rocket science, no brainer. The procurement matters, like trying to push through to give SML a sole source contract, a single source. They say we should say single source, right? Instead of sole source. Because that's what the law mentions. So trying to give SML a single source contract, how many years do you need to investigate that? Some of the charges, some of the areas of infraction are not complex. So how did you wait? Say you are waiting for all. Oh, no, this thing, I think Jabi needs to come again. To be very honest, that's where we should scrutinize what he's been doing from day one about this case. We shouldn't get excited that he said we should bring down Ofori-Atta. No. This is a ruse. It's a ruse. Ofori-Atta, can you imagine? From November or December 2023, you had the whole of 2024. That's what I'm saying. I'm basing this on Afenyo Makin's letter. Look, even if it turns out that the first time was in January 2025, my answer would still be the same. Why would you stay the whole year? The whole year. You didn't do much about it. Now you have a lot of staff from September 2023. A lot of staff. The number that he was recruited is about 230. That's why I said, let's even assume that 50 people in this Ghana that there are no jobs. But let's assume 50 people even declined the offers. He had 180. And what were they doing? What were they doing all this long time? And everybody would know that, listen, last year was an election year. So if MPP lost, chances are that some of these people will vote.
So that was Martin Kpebu, so it's quite interesting. Whilst the lawyer MP from Menchasa believes that the OSP is sort of rushing in using that broad expression, Mr. Kpebu actually thinks the OSP was too slow and that they should have acted faster, and that coming to call out, say that he's running away is a ruse. Now let's hear from the OSP's Director of Strategy and Communication. We had him on the point of view yesterday, or he actually called in to react to some of the things that had been said. So here are excerpts of that interaction.
The OSP does not act outside the law, it acts within the law. We have even heard today some propagandists go around and sending messages around that Ken Ofori-Atta is a person of interest. Ken Ofori-Atta is not a person of interest. In law, there's a wide and big gap between a suspect and a person of interest. Ken Ofori-Atta is a suspect. A suspect is not the same.
So can't you proceed without his being here? Did you need to tell the whole world that he's a fugitive of justice? If you believe that you have evidence that he's done something wrong and is unavailable, can the matter not proceed without his being physically here?
No, the matter cannot proceed without being physical. Let me tell you something. The OSP, this is not the first time the OSP has even taken and interviewed people outside this jurisdiction in very big investigations we've done before. The OSP, when it finds it necessary that, and the OSP in the Cecilia Dapa matter even did interview a person of interest all the way in the United States without we having to personally go there. Ken Ofori-Atta is a suspect. Now, if you need a suspect, there are several reasons why you need a suspect. You need a suspect to charge the suspect. You need a suspect to take the charge caution statement and all those things. Now, we have to situate in a certain context. You are accused of rape, and then the police officer calls you, and you tell the police officer that you are in your hometown, you are not feeling well, so you have gone for traditional medication, and that you are not too sure when you'll be done with this traditional treatment. And so when you are done with the traditional treatment, you come to Accra and then respond. Please, this is not a civil case. This is a criminal case. You are being charged for rape, and you are giving them your timelines. If you also then tell the native doctor that, okay, can you give me a letter to support me? And the letter just simply says that, oh, I'm the native doctor, I'm attending to him, and I think that I'll be treating him for this, and after that I'll treat him for that, and so give and take. You have to give him more time, and they are not specific. No serious law enforcement agency will take that as a reason, especially in a criminal trial.
So have you written back to the medical facility asking for better and further particulars?
No, we don't need to write to the medical facility. We are not the one to prove anything. You, the suspect, are the one who has to do all that. Bernard, at Channel 1, if one of your employees tomorrow decides not to turn up, you're going to hold the person responsible unless the person brings a medical report or something substantiating why he's not there. So we can't even shift it to the OSP. The point we are making is that the OSP is a very reasonable organization, a very reasonable law enforcement agency. It has said that it always go on the civil tangent by inviting you, by trying to use all the necessary processes to get you there. It's only when you refuse to attend, then the OSP will apply the necessary measures and to ensure your attendance to the OSP. And when we do that, that is not playing to the gallery. When we do that, that is not because we want to disgrace somebody. We do that because that is the due process that we have to follow. So we only declare you wanted when you decide to give us the opportunity to do so. If Mr. Ofori-Atta turns himself in, there will be no need for this drama. Like we said, nobody even knew we were investigating Mr. Ofori-Atta. Some people have said that, why are you now investigating Mr. Ofori-Atta? Who said that we just started investigating Mr. Ofori-Atta? None of the cases we put out today, the investigation did not start this January or 2025. It's a long investigation we've been doing. People have been talking that OSP is not doing anything, but investigation takes time. And when the time is right, and some people have also said that, why is it that when Mr. Ofori-Atta was leaving the jurisdiction, you did not stop him and all that? No, every Ghanaian is free to go for any medical treatment, whether here in Ghana or abroad. Now, when the law enforcement agency needs your attendance, then you need to now properly attend. Unless you are saying that you are bedridden, we cannot put you on a flight, or sitting in a flight will be a risk for you. There must be strong reasons why you cannot physically be in the office. Then alternatives can be made. But where no strong reason is provided, nothing says you are bedridden, nothing says that you cannot be on a flight back to Ghana, then it means that you are just not taking the institution serious. You are just not taking the whole investigation serious. So please, let's understand that the OSP is not in for fanfare. It is a serious agency, and it does work according to law. Not a single case has the OSP not followed the law. The problem is that many people, including lawyers, have not taken their time to study the laws of the OSP. They've always thought that the OSP is just like the police or like Yoko, and so they have not painstakingly gone through our laws. Our laws were specifically made for the OSP, and we follow the law to the letter. So please, when we say we have declared him a fugitive, we are just saying that he's a suspect. We need that. We need the OSP has emergency search powers.
His concern, though, is that,
and that is different from the Ghana police. So you cannot expect the OSP to act like your regular police. For instance, OSP does not do pen and paper investigation. The moment we mention your name, that Bernard, you are needed by the OSP, it means that the OSP has gathered enough intelligence and evidence to show that you have committed a crime. Until Professor Frimpong Boateng came out to tell Ghanaians we were investigating him, nobody knew. But by the time Professor Frimpong Boateng came out, that was 3 months prior. After we had invited and interviewed him, 3 months, nobody knew.
But in the fair enough. In the course of your work, are you saying you don't need a recourse to a court to assist you? So you are saying, for example, that for a warrant, you don't need an arrest warrant from a court to arrest a person that
No, we have never said that. For instance, as we have declared, how do you call it? Mr. Ofuriatta, of course we have a warrant for his arrest. So of course we do have. We are just saying that the law provides, the law provides law enforcement agencies power to arrest without a warrant. And that is in Act 30. He decided not to avert his
So you are clarifying that on the matter of Kenneth Ofuriatta, you have secured an arrest warrant?
It's not about we have secured an arrest warrant. I said that there is an arrest warrant because Kenneth Ofuriatta is a suspect.
So the warrant is from where?
The warrant is always from the court.
Fair enough.
So you can arrest with a warrant and you can arrest without a warrant. For instance, he's out of the jurisdiction. We need him. Yes, you have to. There will be a warrant for his arrest. But if Kenneth Ofuriatta is in the jurisdiction and we need to arrest him, we don't need a warrant.
But if
Section 10 is very clear.
So let me.
Police come to your house and you are accused of rape or any other offense, they don't come with a warrant all the time. Warrant is needed. For instance, if we are not doing an emergency search, we come to your home with a warrant because it's not an emergency.
Wow, those are the highlights of last night speaking to Sammy Darko. I'll talk to him again just to get a few more points clarified. There also seems to be, I'm not even sure how to put this, but there are a couple of questions that need to be answered clearly in terms of what happens next, and I want to go there. Some people accuse the OSP of going public with
an ongoing investigation,
which they ought not to, because they think that you are investigating. But the way you put the information out suggests that the person is running away from justice. Okay, so let's try and clarify those points. But I think that the first question I want to bring back, Sammy Darko, thanks for joining us again. Sammy Darko is the Director of Strategy and Communications at the OSP. I think my first question is that when I listened to the two guests I had yesterday, there are two schools of thought. One believes you wasted time because he thought the matters were straightforward. This is Martin Pebu's view, that from the time that you got to know about the SML matter, the OSP ought to have investigated and invited Mr. Ofuriatta much earlier. The other group is the lawyer who is basically saying, finish your work, go ahead, even if the man is not available, use the right process to get information from him, but don't come out in the press and call him a fugitive. So those are like two extreme positions. It seems to me as if you are somewhere in the middle. All right, so I want you to start your intervention from there, where one group thinks you are too slow, another group thinks you are in a hurry to name people in the public when you have not finished your work. What is the OSP's view on these two accusations?
Bernard, thank you and good morning. Isn't that the beauty of democracy, where some people think that the OSP is even useless, others think that the OSP is very relevant? I think that both angles are okay, depending on where you are standing. So sometimes civilians or non-law enforcement persons may think that the law enforcement agency is dealing with a case. And they can comfortably say that because they have not been involved in such a case. By sitting back, you may think that we have been very slow. I've heard arguments about we being slow. For instance, if you take National Cathedral, it took Shraj a while to do a civil investigation. They came up in November 2024 to say that they want to refer the matter to the OSP if the OSP thinks it's necessary. And OSP thought it was necessary, and we went into it from November. SML, yes, the SP has explained. Manasseh filed the complaint to the OSP. We started investigating. In between, there was a KPMG report, and you have to wait for it so that there's no duplicity and all that. Investigations sometimes take a while. I have followed carefully other law enforcement agencies, from police to FBI and the rest. Sometimes they can even take 10 years on a case. No, I mean, we are in a hurry in this country, and we always want things done faster and all that. It's important. I think that people have become so impatient because they think that there is corruption, there is financial crime, and nothing is happening. So I can understand the agency on the part of people. But also do note, even this particular OSP, we have worked under very extreme circumstances. The OSP had survived 2 attempts to collapse the office. The SP himself has gone through an impeachment twice. The OSP, yes, it now has staff. It's now resourcing the office through its little budget. And people say, oh, we have staff. Yes, when you have staff, we got our full complement of our staff in 2023. They've now gone through probation and all that, almost 1 year probation. You just don't start and put people into action like that. You need to train them and all that. So I understand Martin and those who say that the OSP has been slow, but they have also forgotten that the OSP has gone through a lot and has survived and has maintained its stance that it will do an independent work. Then those on the other side who think that the OSP is not following the law, I have said that it's just born out of a misunderstanding of the OSP law. For instance, people have said, you notice in the lawyer's comment, he has said, Charles Bisu matter, there was an arrest warrant and blah, blah. In the Charles Bisu matter, it was a very simple, clear case. We wanted to arrest Charles Bisu. He runs to court and said that we have procured an arrest warrant unlawfully to arrest him. And his lawyer sworn to an affidavit that we did. And we said that, we told the court that we don't need an arrest warrant to arrest Charles Bisu. And that we have not procured any arrest warrant. They tracked this matter, and then they lost. He didn't want to say it on air. He lost. The court threw out and punished them with a compensation. And they decided to go to the Supreme Court and file other actions. And Mr. Kenoforiata, the OSP has an arrest warrant for his arrest. How do you obtain an arrest warrant if there is no charge? And if we say we need his presence, some people have said that we can proceed without him. Yes. And as Lawyer Martin will explain, if we have taken his caution statement and taken him through all the... You can come to police station or OSP and say you won't talk. But that doesn't mean that we are not going to take your charge caution statement for you to stand sign and do all those other fingerprints have to be taken and all that. That has to be done in an office.
The other question was about your recourse to the public, and I think we discussed this when you had left the show, when he said the law that sets you up is very clear as to how you should communicate your work, and that you give, I think, quarterly or half-year reports or something, and that he felt like the OSP's resort to press conferences was not the best, particularly when a matter was still under investigation, because it could turn out that the way you put out the information about the investigation could sort of smear a person until the matter is concluded. What's your response to that?
Bernard, thank you very much. The OSP has been very professional and careful in handling people's reputation. It's the reason why we just don't tell Ghanaians what we are doing until we are almost done with it. Because we also do understand that people have rights and all that. And even what we have to do, we are saying that this person is either a suspect or we are investigating this person for that. As you said, our law and the OSP is very different. Anytime we say this, people don't want to understand. It is a specialized agency, which we say we are not a regular law enforcement agency. And it is only the OSP that is obligated by law to brief Ghanaians every 6 months. And it tells us what we are supposed to do. But people forget that even the 6 months briefing is not the only obligation on our part. If you go to our legislative instrument, particularly you look at Regulation 31, it gives OSP a tall list of things it has to do, including educating the public, briefing the public on this work, and the preventive things they are doing, including trying to change culture. How do you fight these things in silence? You need to put it out. So, because the whole idea behind the OSP is for it to be a very transparent, independent body, so that nobody accuses it of witch hunting or anything, because the OSP is independent. So the criticisms of the OSP that it is too transparent is neither here nor there. I think that even for public agencies like the police, Yoko, and the rest, even if we put this in their laws, it will even help Ghana so that Ghanaians are able to know how they are working, how the cases are going. But we have been very careful. If you read our half-yearly report, we hardly will mention people's names or why we are investigating or why we are doing it. We will only bring it out when it's extremely necessary. In this instance, we could have chosen to just issue a wanted notice. But we thought that in order for Ghanaians to understand and follow how things are going, we have to do a press conference. And the focus has just been on Ken, but there are several other cases that was done. But my point of clarification is that I think that it's time that people even tell the OSP that it has done well. Because first, it started that the OSP has gone to raid Ken Ofori-Atta's house. This has turned out to be a palpable lie. And I'm expecting those behind it to eat humble pie and come back and tell Ghanaians that we got it wrong. The OSP never went to Ken Ofori-Atta's house. And the OSP has said that if we are coming to your house, you will know that we are coming to your house because you'll be part with us. So that thing is what we are trying to tell.
But Sammy, you need to agree that there was only one media publication that linked the raid to OSP. Indeed, apart from the Herald, almost all the reports on the raid did not know who was behind it. So I'm not. What I'm saying is that, so let's not make it seem as if all the media or the general reportage was that it was the OSP's activity. It was only one newspaper that did that, and even they said it was on the basis of what somebody in the house had said to them. Now,
but they said that the wife of Mr. Ofori-Atta told them.
Yeah, but that's what they are. But you cannot base.
I understand you.
I mean, what I'm saying is, but I think that point is clear. But I'm saying that the main question for us will be, even if it's not the OSP that's doing this, right? But if somebody who has been recognized as from the national security outfit is the one photographed leading the people, it's also a problem. Because it is going to affect your work. You are doing a press conference at 10:30 to give us an update on the Mr. Ofori-Atta matter. Then the night before your press conference, somebody leading national security people goes into the person's house to do the raid. Obviously, it will. So do you understand the point? It will affect your work.
I understand your point.
In fact, is that not a parallel? No. We have exposed the point about the fact that it wasn't you. But I'm saying beyond that, it's still a problem to have a national security outfit. Are they not interfering with your work, or are you doing a parallel investigation? Are they aware of what you are doing? There are too many questions.
Let me answer this question, but I crave your indulgence one more time. I'm saying that the people who told the Herald and the people who told the media houses, say Citi, Asasi, and the rest, at the time of telling the media, they had these photos. And they knew clearly that this was not OSP. Indeed, lawyers for Mr. Oforiatta wrote specifically stating what happened there, whether it was OSP or not. The point I'm making is that there was a mischief there. It is also reasonable to think that, okay, the OSP might have come to Mr. Oforiatta's house. But the point I'm making is that the OSP already has an established style and format. And that ties into something that one of your panelists was saying. I think that we ought to understand something also. Nobody is above the law. Institutions work within the law, whether police or OSP. There is something we call an emergency search. Emergency searches do not require a warrant. So if you come to the OSP Act and you read Section 34, or if you read Section 34, it talks about searches in emergencies. That you don't need a warrant. But any other search, a law enforcement agency will require a warrant. But the point I'm making is that the people who told the media about this story had pictures of people, and they could have told them that these were the people who came, rather than spreading it on social media and making it seem that the OSP is apt to do something that's very bad.
Yeah, I see that you are very interested in defending the reputation of the OSP. But what I'm saying to you is that is true. But the fact that national security is raiding a house of a man you are investigating, and you actually thought it was a staged raid, only to find out that it was actually a national security raid, is a bigger problem, because it either tells us you are not working in line with national security and you are not required to do so, or their work they do is a parallel work they are doing which can affect your work. So whichever way you look at it, it's a much bigger problem for national security to be involved in this at the level they did the night before your press conference. That's what I'm saying to you.
I agree with you, but I also want to take time to just explain. I'm just saying that I do not know whether it's national security or not. You've said that it was stated in Parliament and people have been identified. At this stage, as a law enforcement person, I would say that I do not know until national security releases a statement and talk about what it is that they were doing. But if you're aware, in this country, several other people's homes they visited and all that, I think I've heard all that, but it was never linked to us. The point I'm making to you is that the OSP is an independent law enforcement agent, but we work in an ecosystem. And the ecosystem is such that whenever you require the intelligence of other agencies, you will fall on them for that. But sometimes when you are doing your investigation, specialized investigation, you will focus on that. Remember, we are just working within our remit, which is corruption and corruption related. There can be several other offenses that a person can face. So let me give a typical example. When we were investigating Madame Cecilia Dapa, we were investigating and looking for corruption and corruption related. But when it turned out that we were finding more of money laundering, tax evasion, among others, we noticed that it's not within our jurisdiction. But many people have assumed that money laundering and the rest are also corruption. Of course, in the broader term, it is corruption. But the law defines what is corruption and what is money laundering. So once the law doesn't allow us to do money laundering, we will share that intelligence with the one who is supposed to do money laundering for the person to take over. But at the time we were doing our investigation, we would not know if another agency is also doing an investigation in relation to, say, money laundering. But we accept that Ghana needs to progress, work better, so that institutions are able to, in between, share, so that we don't do double work. But I'm also saying that per the nature of the divided offenses each agency is able to handle, it's possible that one person can face three different agencies. Because agency A may be looking at, say, causing financial loss, money laundering. Agency B may be looking at corruption, procurement breaches. And that may not necessarily mean that the person is being subjected to or being bombarded or being or somebody is deliberately trying to torment the person.
Good.
It may happen that the person's action may fall in 5 different jurisdictions of law enforcement agencies.
A follow-up. Does the AG need to know about your activities. I asked this because yesterday during the AG press briefing, he was asked by one of our colleagues whether he knew about what you were doing in relation to Ken Ofori-Atta, and he said he learnt it through the media, which I thought was quite interesting, an answer to hear from an Attorney General, because I thought that the OSP and Attorney General's office work quite closely. So again, this was public information, so you can check. But yesterday it was a live press conference on air, and one of the journalists asked him, and that was the answer he gave. So my question to you is the OSP in contact with the AG's department in relation to these matters?
Well, I wish you had not asked me this because this is quite a bigger matter that has to be solved at the top. We all know the genesis of the creation of the OSP. The lawmaker tried to insulate the OSP from the control of the executive. And so in the scheme of our current law, the OSP is very independent and it's not an agency listed under the Attorney General's office. No, it is not. It is for that reason that the OSP submits its budget differently. So you see that Attorney General's office covers a lot of agencies, including EOCO, how do you call those who do legal aid and all the other things. I think that it's a much bigger issue that has to be looked at. The OSP Act says that because Attorney General is justice, the OSP is supposed to send a report on prosecutions that it has embarked on and the outcomes. That presupposes that in the form of investigation and then charging people and going through the trial, the OSP has been given a level of independence to be able to do that. So the fact that the OSP and the Attorney General relate may not necessarily also mean that everything the Attorney General will be aware of, but the Attorney General will obviously be aware of the outcomes of the prosecutions of the, because remember, it is the AG that has ceded a part of his power to the OSP to be able to prosecute. And that ties into, again, the confusion about what is the OSP. The OSP is a law enforcement agency. The OSP is an anti-corruption body. The OSP is an asset recovery body. And the OSP is a preventive body. These four things have been put in one. And that has also created all the confusion. Some people even think that the OSP cannot even bear arms. But the OSP is allowed to bear arms. The OSP is allowed to have its cells. It's able to arrest you and all that. So, again, I have said in this country that there were too much fanfare rather than explaining this creature that we have created so that we all come to understand how the OSP works and that the OSP is not unnecessarily doing things that are unlawful or illegal.
So fair enough. The fact that there is a new body, with the public needs to understand much better what you do. My final question to you: some people think that maybe because it's a new government, you are also trying too hard in terms of the way you went hard on Ken Ofori-Atta and the way he was described by your boss. Some people may think that, well, in the previous government you did come out, but the way you are going about it, maybe you are trying to get the government to trust you, which is why you are going against somebody who is seen to be the emblem of the Akufo-Addo regime. What's your response to that?
It's a very good question, and I think that people are also right to reasonably say that. But if you study the OSP under the second special prosecutor, he has a mandate to discharge. He understands that he has a fixed tenure, non-renewable 7 years. And he also does understand that he can be impeached based on evidence of wrongdoing. And so the office is not in a hurry to please anyone. In fact, this office was created when the new Patriotic Party was in government. And yet, a lot of things that happened had to do with investigation involving appointees of the new patriotic government. In fact, the OSP has investigated the current president and found out that there was no evidence. So I think that the record shows that the OSP has consistently remained independent and has not allowed any political coloration or any emotions to affect what it does. The point is that when we are able to sufficiently have evidence against you and we think we will move, we will move. We have put people before the court. In fact, today as I'm talking to you, we have filed charges in the High Court in Tamale against 4 persons that were involved in what was the term for it? In the payroll fraud.
Payroll fraud, yes.
Yeah, we filed charges against them there. But people won't raise any issue because they do not think that these people are so top up there. The point I'm trying to make is that we are doing our best. It's not every case that we're able to follow to the end. The OSP has been able to exonerate people. For instance, if you take Honorable Atachia, we went into a complaint against him and we realized there was no evidence. We didn't follow it up. We have done severally for other people. Even the former Minister of State and the Finance Minister, Dubois, we came out and said that he may have done something wrong, but there isn't a direct offense. And people took us on. So we have demonstrated that we are not just interested in prosecuting people, but we are only interested in prosecuting when we have sufficient evidence to be able to go to court. And we have told Ghanaians that the special prosecutor has made this clear that for him, he's more interested in prevention of corruption. If Ghanaians will wake up and think that, hey, I don't have to do this corruption thing because sooner or later, the OSP may find out. And when the OSP finds out, it will not be palatable. And people will have that restraint. And there will not be any impunity in engaging in corruption. Then he will say that he has achieved something. So people should understand that we don't take pride or joy in wanting to send people to court. That's why we take our time and don't even let the public know those we are investigating until they give us cause to do so. And so, Bernard, Ghanaians should bear with us. I know that majority of them understand, but in this country, people thrive on chaos and confusion. If they can throw a wheel in a spanner and there's chaos and confusion, they are able to get away with it. And so, anything you do, you are going to get people talking. We are open for criticism. We believe that we can do better. We are a young agency with experienced people in it. We are growing. We are developing more of our processes and procedure. As we interact more with the public and Ghanaians, they will get to understand that. There are some lawyers who have been to the OSP, and they will tell you how nice and professional we are when they visit us at the OSP. You have never heard OSP denying people bail here and there and all that, because we are interested in the evidence. And we are interested in the fact that if you decide not to cooperate, we can also apply that means to get you to cooperate. Thank you.
Thank you, Sami Dakun, Director of Strategy Communication at the Office of the Special Prosecutor. Really appreciate the time to explain matters. Time check is 9:22. Citi Breakfast Show. A few comments coming up on the issues. It was a very law-heavy day because, indeed, apart from this, there was also the Attorney General having to come to explain
some of the cases away.
Yeah, I probably need to join that. I don't know if I should just air that for you briefly. Some of the points he made.
We don't have time.
We don't have time for that. Okay, so well, for me, in the discussion as to whether they are talking too much or not talking enough, I'm a media guy. They should talk more. I wish more people would speak. I wish police would speak. I wish national security would speak. It demystifies what they do. It brings transparency. It shows. I'll tell you something. There was a day. There was a matter, and we at the time, this was NDC time. Bevlo Latte was the head of national security something, and we called him and he answered. We put him on the phone and we did an interview with him live.
I remember.
And he actually answered the questions.
Yes.
And I think it helps because when national security wear dark glasses and they don't mind anybody and they think that they are doing things just for the deep state and therefore they shouldn't talk to people, it creates mistrust.
Yeah, but that's even a very colonial approach to national security. Basically.
I mean, they didn't even used to vet them in public. When they are vetting them, they were like some secret things. You know, they must be heard and they must explain what they do because nobody is above the law. That's how I see it, and that's how we should go. Take a short break. When we come back, there's more. Stay with us.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Education is the most powerful weapon to change the world. At Heritage Christian University, you are assured of quality education. We offer programs like Bachelor of Business Administration, Community Development and Theology, Theology and Ministry, Psychology, Nursing, Information Technology, Information Security, and Business Information Technology. Professional programs like ICA, CIMG, CIHRM, ABE. We also offer short courses on media and IT. What makes Heritage stand out is our experience and scholar practitioner faculty, entrepreneurial training with financial support, ultra-modern facilities, and hotels. Qualifications for entry is WASI or SSC or GBCE, HND or Diploma Top-Up. Mature 25 years and above. Heritage is located at Amasaman behind the Olympic Stadium. Contact us on 054-777-7731 or 020-229-8399 or www.hcuc.edu.gh. Heritage Christian University, educating compassionate entrepreneurial leaders.
Love brewed in the valley. If you're looking to make this Valentine's Day extra special, Peduasi Valley Resort has the perfect packages for you. Indulge in our delightful dinner buffet with a melodic live band on Valentine's Day and take advantage of our special room and spa packages from 10th to 16th February. Treat yourself and your sweetie to a truly memorable experience this season of love. For enquiries, call 0540-125-555 or 0540-125-554. Peduasi Valley Resort. Live life.
High school sweethearts, baby. You know, even then I knew it just.
Hey, so what goes into building quality structures? I mean, literally, what goes into it? Ujaf, you don't want to be sitting here somewhere worrying whether or not you did a really good job. It'd be very simple equation. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, massa, forget it. Don't start cry. Menye, diamond cement has been providing builders, block makers, and construction companies that peace of mind for years. Diamond cement is 42.5 R grade cement, unbeatable quality made right here in Ghana. And because we have your pocket in mind, we provide 32.5 R grade so that everybody gets on. No long talk, Jack. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, don't start. Locate Diamond Cement Ghana Limited nationwide with factories in Aflao, Takrade, and Buipe, or call 0244-313-368 or 0540-111-978 or 0202-021-175. Diamond Cement, still as hard as a diamond.
In the Chest of a Woman, a stage play written by Efo Kojuma Ogbe is showing again by popular request. It's sensational. It's hilarious.
Enough! You slept with me. I never slept. You had me. I never. You untied me. You're lying to the theater, John. You.
Hey, Sakura Fonen Trodia.
Join Clemento Suarez, General Intatia, Akofo Ejani, Biola Samoa, Edina Matachi, and more on 28th February, 1st and 2nd March 2025. 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. each day at the National Theatre. Tickets are going for 100 Ghana cedis for students, 200 Ghana cedis for regular, and 300 Ghana cedis for VIP. To purchase tickets, dial *713*33*10#. Supported by AE Cinemax, Enterprise Insurance, UNESCO, McPhillips Foods, and Verna Water. In the Chest of a Woman returns bigger, bolder, and better. Powered by Africa Arts Network.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
It's 9:30, 97.3 Citi FM. I know this new year, perhaps one of your dreams, one of your aspirations or resolutions is to get a new car. For those of you whose vehicles have been taking you to the mechanic as though you are doing checkup in a hospital, there's a fine opportunity, man. It's a fine opportunity to drive away a brand new Toyota RAV4 Adventure. Yeah, I'm serious about this. Charlie Mekwadiana Tomiso. Because as I speak to you, Fafari is not back from the hospital. Elvis Nanolawe is Deputy Head of Marketing, Communications and Quality. And hey, your this is plenty. Good morning, Elvis.
Good morning.
Help me. You are the Deputy Head of Marketing, Communications and Quality.
Yes.
And Head of Business and Product Development.
Charlie, you be named.
Hey, you're a big man.
You be money. You be
no, just a 2. So at the end of the month, your salary comes from this place, then this one will come. Two put together.
My family people, they listen.
You're a big man. Societe General Ghana, good to have you, Elvis. Charlie, you're most welcome. And then Deputy Retail Head, Societe General Ghana, and a Sapo. Gentlemen, you're welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
Wonderful. So is it true that you are giving away Toyota RAV4?
Of course. I mean, and you know, I like the way you pronounce it. RAV4.
No,
Yes, we are giving away a Toyota RAV4 tier rubber. The mileage is less than 20. In fact, we towed the car from the port to the head office.
Straight.
So it hasn't touched the ground.
Oh, and come from
and the rubber in home.
Hey.
So you'll be the first person to sit into it.
Charlie, so what? This one, what are you doing? Like
it's just simple. It's just simple. We are doing what we call deposit and drive campaign.
Deposit and drive campaign.
You see, the whole idea is that as it's difficult for you to save because you know the money nowadays doesn't take you home.
Charlie.
But we still want to encourage you to save.
Yeah.
And that encouragement is a RAV4 that you are talking about. Ooh. And it's not just RAV4.
Yeah.
It's adventure.
Yeah. That one, it got hips. If it did the road up, it moved the road.
You know they feel the pothole.
Charlie. And are you serious about this?
Yes, I mean, this is real. And as Elvis mentioned, you know, for us as a bank, we want to help our customers cultivate the culture of savings. Okay, we know nowadays it is not easy to manage your expenses and still have something. Yes, but then we want to reward you whilst you save your money.
Wow!
So that is the ultimate objectives.
Wow!
And because we care when it comes to customer service and we cherish our customers, we are giving away the Toyota RAV4 Adventure.
Hey, Charlie, can I open an account now? Is this for existing customers or new customers? What's happening?
Both existing and new customers. So if you are listening to us and you don't have an account, our branches are spread all over the country.
Societe General Ghana.
Societe General, the colors are red, white, and black. Just enter the nearest branch and say, I want to win RAV4.
Yes.
Listen, they will let you fill the form, open the account, and deposit in multiples of 500 Ghana cedis.
Oh.
You know the interesting part? We are going to hold 3 draws.
Oh, draw.
Hey, Masa, I said draw, because this thing is being managed, it's being handled by National
NLA.
Authority.
Oh, okay.
So there's no kululu.
Okay.
We want it to be French.
How many of the cars do you have? So I can do my own. They just give me now go. Then those who do the draw do the draw.
Ones. Let me finish with you.
Okay.
When you open the account, you make deposit in multiples of 500 Ghana cedis.
Okay.
And let the money stay in the account for at least 1 month.
Okay.
That qualifies you for what? The first mini draw, which is in April.
Okay.
Then
by Easter time.
When you scout to check some few things. And in that one you win TVs, air fryers,
brand new phones. Yes, microwaves.
Because the new Samsung one, they check that the video quality is good.
Very, very good. And then there will be a second mini draw. in June.
There's a semi-finals. In June.
Yes.
At time is raining.
Yes, second mini draw in June.
That one, what's
grand one is the same price.
Okay, so appliances, phones, gadgets, and all that.
Yes. That one we are using it to tease you, to let you know that Charlie, there's a big one ahead.
Something's about to happen.
Something's about to happen.
So the RAF4
the RAF4 is in September.
The ground draw.
So you just make deposit in multiples of 500 to qualify for the mini draw.
How many times should I make the
for
deposit?
the grand draw? For the grand draw, the multiple should be in 3,000. So when you deposit, let's say 100,000,
yes,
we will divide it into what? 3,000 multiples.
Okay, so I don't need to be depositing small. I will just put it together, and you now will tell me that. Okay,
just come and put it there. Even if you have 10,000, just come and put it there. You stand a chance of winning this RAF4.
Charlie, because the RAF4, last I checked, the going price is almost 1 million cedis.
Yes.
Because
it's about 800,000.
So you see, Caleb, the starting point.
The duty alone no be joke.
The starting point is for you to deposit your 500 Ghana cedis. Then you start building up. So once you get to 3,000, then automatically you'll be part of the grand draw.
Charlie.
Then you stand a chance to win the RAF4. Aside from the RAF4, we are also having trips to Dubai and Singapore.
Oh, you are doing abundant for that is?
Yes.
No, but that one,
yes.
Elvis, that's for the trip. I don't have to do draw, Elvis, you know what I mean? So you're going to Singapore and Dubai.
I was telling you that you can win, even if you don't win the RAF4. You can go and spend a whole week in Singapore with your partner.
Oh, you see, you are even disadvantaging me. What kind of life is this? Like, you came to tease me, you know me? Oh, Charlie, don't do this.
I know, right?
Elvis, don't do this.
Yes, I know.
So from now, you open an account, you deposit in 500s. There's a mini draw in April. Yes. There's another one in July.
In
June,
yes,
you will do draws, and you're likely to win appliances, gadgets, and all of that.
Yes.
But the main deal,
the grand one,
Toyota RAV4 Adventure. September. Wow.
And then also the trips to Singapore and Dubai.
Yeah.
That is also another
Is it an
price.
all expense paid trip?
Yes.
Oh, all expense.
Yes.
Hey. All you do is to pick your passport and then go to the airport.
Hey.
With your partner.
But what's this partner business here?
Sir, you are too.
Oh, Charlie. Charlie, don't do this. Don't do this. No, we are Lone Rangers. Wow, I like this. So, how long is this running? Is it an all-year thing?
No, it's not an all-year thing.
It's ending by September.
Running for 4 months up to the end of May.
Okay.
So, after May, make sure that your balance in the account is untouched for 3 months. That's up to September. And that is where you now qualify to win for the chance of winning the RAV4.
So we are doing 500, but we start doing at what point do we start depositing 3,000?
No, you can deposit all along, but to qualify for the grand draw, then that is where the 3,000 will kick in multiples of 3,000.
How are you doing this so that I will win that? How do I know that I will win?
Okay, so as we mentioned earlier, this is open to everyone. So our existing customers and also new customers as well.
Okay.
So what we are saying is that if you don't have an account with us, visit any of our 38 branches, open an account, and then deposit your 500 Ghana cedis to start with. Then you start building up in multiples of 500. So as Elvis mentioned, the 500, once you deposit, then automatically the mini draws, you are part. But to enter the grand draw, then you would have to deposit 3,000. You should have accumulated 3,000. That will give you a ticket to enter the grand draw, so that you stand a chance of winning the Toyota RAV4 Adventure.
Societe Generale Ghana, you have disturbed me this morning.
I'm encouraging you.
You make me close some accounts and then
I'm letting the
move everything to Societe Generale.
Yes,
but if I don't get the car, you will get. We don't hear the end of this.
You will get. But there's something.
That's what interesting. Tell me more.
You see, the interesting part of it is that after NLA have done their draw and we've selected our winners and everything, there are a group of people who have deposited so much, but maybe the draw didn't favor them. These people, we are going to select 5 of them, and we have very, very fantastic prizes for them. And the first prize for this person who made the highest deposit, but was not picked during the draw, is going to get an all expense paid trip to Dubai with his or her partner.
So that's what the Dubai point comes in.
No, the Dubai point is different. Is different.
Okay.
So we are saying that the grand draw is the RAV4 adventure.
Yeah.
The second prize for there is Singapore.
Right.
And the third prize is Dubai.
Right.
Now when we are done, we are looking at the highest depositors.
Who wasn't lucky enough?
Who were not lucky enough.
Oh, okay.
And those people will choose 5. Top
5?
Yes.
Wow.
And the first person is going to Dubai with a partner. The second person is going to Safari Valley.
But what's this partner thing about?
That is important now.
Okay, I hear you.
God created man.
We are going to explore and look at what is in the universe. So you don't have to go into baggage and luggage. Anyway.
So the second person will go to Safari Valley.
Okay.
The third person will go to Royal Senchi.
Okay.
The fourth person will get Samsung Galaxy S24. The one you are talking about, the picture quality, no?
Charlie, just give me the key and drop the car and then phone and let's say goodbye.
And then the fifth person will get a laptop.
Right. But there are contacts customers can call to engage in the process, right? Please share some of them with us.
Okay, so as we mentioned, we have 38 branches across the country. So you visit any of our 38 branches. Our teams are ready to assist you for you to enter the campaign.
Okay.
Again, you can also call our contact center on 0302 214 314.
Right.
I repeat, our contact center number 0302 214 314.
Right.
And again, Caleb, another exciting part of this whole campaign, you see, it is 3 in 1. We also have our motor insurance products.
Okay.
So here, what we are also doing as part of this campaign is that when you come and buy or renew your motor insurance, comprehensive motor insurance, we give you instantly free fuel up to 1,000 Ghana cedis.
Hey.
So that one is instant.
Yes.
So the same motor insurance promotion that we are running.
Comprehensive.
Yes. At the end of the promotion, there would also be a draw.
For the insurance
bit, where the winner would also go to the plush Safari Valley. Okay.
SG, you are drawing things.
Yes. So that is also the exciting bit about this campaign. We are running the deposit campaign, which is the big one, and then at the same time, when you come and buy comprehensive insurance from us,
we'll
give you fuel up to 1,000 Ghana. That is instant.
This morning they bust my brain. Last time I heard they say SG Ghana, they are around and all of that. Now you are sure you are around.
We are around.
Wow. You're not going anywhere.
But you see, just like Ernest said, after the Safari Valley, when you buy your insurance with us, the first person in the draw will get the Safari Valley experience. The second winner is going to get 4 brand new tires for the car that you insured. 4 brand new tires.
It's okay. Give me your final words and then we can say goodbye.
So the final word is that
so the car,
the third person will get free service for 1 year.
But the car, you say what?
The car, I say you can win. Just go and open the account and put your money into the account.
Open the account, start depositing in multiples of 500 Ghana.
Encourage all Ghanaians, all our existing customers, everybody, anybody who wants to win this RAV4 that Caleb is so much enthused about.
Charlie, because off-road trips soon and oh god, oh my god. Okay, so thank you, Ernest Support, Deputy Head Retail Business, and then Elvis Nano, Head Business and Product Development, Marketing, Communication and Quality. Bernardo was talking about some inner room business though.
Are we done with the interview?
Yes, we are done.
Okay,
Goodbye.
So
goodbye. Yes. Wonderful conversations, Elvis and Ernest, all from Societe Generale Ghana. So if you want to win the brand new Total RAV4 Adventure, you know what to do. However, if you're looking for litigation-free land, please contact Royal Kingdom Estate. Royal Kingdom Estate specializes in land acquisition, construction, design, property management, and so much more. suite of properties in prime areas like Accra and Ebri. Land starts at 90,000 Ghana cedis. We offer flexible payment plans, affordable homes ranging from 2 bedrooms and premium furnished apartments for short rentals in East Airport. Visit us at cantonments opposite Soul Clinic International School. Call us 0557 555 5909 0272 778880. Send us an email, info@Royal Kingdom Estate. Royal Kingdom Estate, building communities, nurturing dreams. Now, when buying anything, it's got to be the very best. Diamond 42.5 hour grade cement is the highest quality cement on the Ghanaian market. Since the year 2000, Diamond has put smiles on the faces of homeowners. Blockmaker has supported numerous constructions with a high quality brand that's rated green by the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA. Now we have the affordable 32.5 hour grade, which means there is a good deal for everyone. That's great value for your pocket. You deserve the very best. Make Diamond Cement your number one choice for all your building needs. Anyone who wishes to buy Diamond Cement should kindly deal with the company directly. Locate Diamond Cement across the country. Our factories are in Aflao, Takoradi and Buepe. 0244 C13 368 0540 111 978 and 0202 021175. These are our numbers. Diamond Cement is still as hard as a diamond. Let's reconnect with our roots this March at the Back to Your Village Food Festival 2025. Yay! It's exciting. I look forward to it. Come, let's treat you to delectable, authentic Ghanaian cuisines from the northern, central, western, and southern zones of Ghana. It's not just about food, my people. We're celebrating our culture, connecting with families, making memories that last a lifetime. This much, let's come together and discover the flavors that make us who we are. It's happening on the 29th of March as well as 30th of March 2025 at the forecourt of the Accra Metropolitan Assembly AMA. From 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day is going to be a blast. If you're an interested vendor, you make red soup, you have a trimbinin kwang, my favorite of course, or you have some yo-yo, some TZ, you have zunkum, you know, you have some cockle jogbo. Please call and come and exhibit. Come and sell your food. We are willing to buy. 0558 973 973 0205 973 973. These are the numbers to call to register. The Back to Your Village Food Festival is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM. So we'll go for a very quick break. When we're back, we have loads of your messages and we'll wrap it all up.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Love brewed in the valley. If you're looking to make this Valentine's Day extra special, Peduasi Valley Resort has the perfect packages for you. Indulge in our delightful dinner buffet with a melodic live band on Valentine's Day and take advantage of our special room and spa packages from 10th to 16th February. Treat yourself and your sweetie to a truly memorable experience this season of love. For enquiries, call 0540 125 555 or 0540 125 554. Peduasi Valley Resort. Live life.
High school sweethearts, baby. You know, even then I knew it just.
Protect yourself from germs and bacteria with confidence. Cleanse hand soap effectively kills 99.9% of germs with every use. Perfect for all your hand washing moments throughout the day. Available in a variety of variants and delightful flavors. Choose Cleanse for yourself, your family, and friends. Make Cleanse your daily essential. The GC brand. It's all about you. This advert is FDA approved.
Are you ready for the road trip of a lifetime? All is set to explore 14 amazing regions of Ghana on the Heritage Caravan 2025. Dive deep into the rich Ghanaian culture through the food, the music, the history, and the captivating traditions. From the 2nd to the 9th of March 2025, you will experience the road trip of a lifetime. Build connections, network, and share unforgettable memories with fellow adventurers.
An opportunity to see Ghana in a more beautiful, and the people, the connection, incredible.
The Heritage Caravan will smoothly drive through the Greater Accra region, Eastern, Volta, Uchi, Northeast, Upper East, Northern, Savannah, Bono, Bono East, Ahafo, Ashanti, Western North, Western, and Central regions.
The places we visited, the road trip itself was awesome.
Everything was good, yes. Even the Bui Dam was very educational.
Throughout the 8 days on the road, groove to authentic live band music on the wheels with the melodic In Chim Chim Band. The Heritage Caravan 2025 will be fun, educative, refreshing, and most of all, remarkable. Stay updated. Follow all Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM social media handles for updates and join the conversation with the hashtag Heritage Caravan 2025. The Heritage Caravan 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV in partnership with the Ghana Tourism Authority with support from 97.3 Citi FM and proudly sponsored by the National Lottery Authority, Holland Insurance, Omni Basic Bank, Goyle PLC, GB Foods, Standard Water, Apollonia City, and Beaver Beverages. Terms and conditions apply.
Looking to give your special one an electrified Valentine's gift? Electroland is here with Electro Love offers. From top best brands to Hope in Love discounts and freebies, we got you sorted. With $8.99 Ghana cedis, you can blast into your favorite love tunes with Nasco Home Theatre. Enjoy a chilled night with our Nasco 1.0 AC at 3,499 Ghana cedis. How about a TCL bedside fridge to cool your favorite champagne at a cool 2,299 Ghana cedis? Surprise the love of your life with a 9 kg Samsung twin-top semi-auto washing machine at 3,999 Ghana cedis. Don't forget to join our Chedia Kessie promo to win amazing weekly and monthly giveaways. Visit our showrooms across Ghana to enjoy. Electroland, home of affordable electronics and appliances.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
It's about 5 minutes to the top of the hour. Some of your messages are in, and just to send congratulatory messages to some graduates who recently passed out various levels. We're told about 15,750 graduates graduated from the University of Ghana alone.
Wow.
Yeah, so congratulations to all of them. In particular, one that I know is Dr. Philip Owusu. Congratulations on your graduation.
This is all levels.
Yeah, this is all levels. So, he had his PhD.
Okay.
Yeah, so 3,400.
I thought it was just undergrad. But
so,
okay. But it's still a lot.
Yeah, there are 123 Doctor of Philosophy PhDs. There are about master's degree 3,444, and then undergraduates of course many more, 11,067, and then there are about 1,116 students graduating with other degrees. So yeah. 15,750. You'll go out and do great.
Not bad. And look, in a country like Ghana, it's very impressive because I don't think up to 15% of Ghanaians have university degrees or have been to university. It's quite a low number, so graduating university is still a big deal. It's not like one of those countries where it's like it's a big deal. So I think people shouldn't take it for granted when someone does that. It's a big deal. It's still relatively rare in our country for people to go to university and finish. So congratulations to them.
Absolutely. Now I'm getting messages from some friends that they also graduated. No Falon. Congratulations. I didn't know about this. Congratulations. Well, now we have some messages, quick ones to wrap up the show. The possibility of double investigation is very possible. OSP is different from the governing party's investigation and operations. Someone says Jakpa is angry. The way he was dragged and treated is the same way he's going for them too. You didn't have your name.
But if you're angry, it doesn't mean you should go to someone's house with soldiers.
That becomes personal.
If I'm angry, should I go to your house with soldiers?
I can imagine. National security is composed of various security components from various. Okay, this was done. Good morning, guys. 100% agree with Godfred on the manner in which the raid was carried out. We need to be serious as a country. Business scientists from University of Ghana and that. Lawrence Adenta, Bernard, the impunity you are describing has existed yesterday, since exists today and will exist tomorrow, whether government changes or not. What that tells you is that we have weak systems that allow impunity to thrive in this country. What needs to be addressed are weak systems. Can we call out some officials at the National Security to respond or issue a statement? They need a PR department urgently. You are okay. But so I'm really looking forward to the Back to Your Village Food Festival. Just walking around, inhaling all the various soups, the flavors of the various soups and the aroma. That's healing enough. I love it.
Yeah, sounds. Look, for those people who really like food, I'm sure they can't wait.
I promise.
What's the date again?
It's 29th and 30th. I wish we even did it first and second, third, fourth, fifth, every day of the
29th and 30th of March.
Yes,
March. February, when is
no, I was getting confused. It will happen in March.
Why are you telling me this about now? I'm angry that I have to wait so long.
I'm telling you, I was watching a thing on the TV and I was just salivating come crowd in Michale. So yeah,
I've not had breakfast, so this is not a nice.
It's nice conversation. Like I can't wait to go find something, because then the Back to Your Village Food Festival. Now I saw some bunu with wow I should get out of the studio.
Why are you looking for it too?
He can't eat too.
I mean, you can see. But it's okay. Me, I'm like that too. We eat the small.
It's good quality. Small is okay. Enough is.
So you have a taste of everything. I hope your stomach can withstand you tasting.
Oh, of course. I mean, I am.
We eat small and we enjoy it. Then you see us with our skinny body. Then it's like we are pregnant or something. The stomach will become.
No, but listeners, don't take seriously. I can eat. I eat.
You are like us. You are not too big, so you can eat. Yeah, like us. You're not a big.
It's top of the hour. Zoe is coming to serve us breakfast news. No, this is branch news.
Branch news.
What are the snacks you have in the headlines?
Coming up, former Finance Minister Mohamed Amin Adam urges government to reconsider scrapping e-levy, considering potential negative impact on the economy. And Health Minister shows of taking steps to contain spread of cerebrospinal meningitis. The details. Former Finance Minister Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam is urging the government to reconsider its decision to scrap certain taxes in light of President Donald Trump's decision to terminate the USAID program. The withdrawal affects multiple countries, including Ghana, creating a funding gap of over $150 million in the economy. Speaking in Parliament, Dr. Amin Adam warned that removing the e-levy, COVID tax and betting tax could worsen the situation